Yeah. Well, I'm live now. What's happening, everybody? Or nobody, as the case may be. Having a little scheduling issues. Can't seem to get StreamYard to. Uh, can't whoa, seem whoa, whoa. To get StreamYard to. There we go. For some reason, it will not put the right time. Whoa, 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 whoa! There's a Tina Turner with a pa on the beginning. How goes it, my friend? How are you? You little ugga mugga, you. And since you are the first and one and only, cheers to you, my friend. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty swell. How about yourself? Patina. And I don't even need to do that because I have a chat in front of me that I can look at. Well, there's a Stevie of the Sadness and a knife-addicted life of Javon. It sounds kind of like a Lifetime movie. And how art thou, people and persons? Well, cheers to you again, and I'm glad you're doing well, and cheers to the others who have joined us here newly. And Garen Gatorlope, Garen, what did your YouTube last name used to be? Because I swear it wasn't Gatorlope. You have changed things on me. And what's up, Jody Greenwood? How are you, my friend? Are you here to play the Jody wins swag game? Because yes, Jody Greenwood wins. If I'm still a little fuzzy on the rules, though, not you'll have to refresh my memory. Mark H, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Thanalope and yes, both of those, especially the second, very hard to pronounce name. I like Gatorlope the best of all three of those, so I think you've chosen wisely, my friend. Has anybody gotten anything new in this week? And how's the audio? Because I have no monitor. I can't monitor, so I don't even know. I guess, well, I'm wearing these because they're part of this, but I have I cannot monitor because my little soundboard thing for I think it fried itself because it started smelling funny and making a weird noise, so I unplugged everything and tossed it aside. What is up there, Stace? How are you doing? Audio sounds fine. Good, good, good. Well, rules are I yell Jody wins and boom, I'm a wiener. Well, that's easy enough, except I can't hear you yell Jody wins, so or which I don't know if anybody can. So do you scream it in the chat, like type in all caps and lots of exclamation points? Had to keep changing phones and forgetting passwords. Well, that worked out well for you because I dig the Gatorlope, and it reminds me of the stuffed head that used to hang on the shop that my pops took the car to whenever it broke down, and it was something he couldn't fix, but it was a jackalope instead with the whole bunny with the antlers and all that. Stacy got her Sheepdog XL and tan micarta yesterday. Sweet. Yeah, and that the XL Sheepdog definitely makes a hell of a tinkety clang, clangety tink. I EDC'd my ass off, and doctor says I need a backiotomy. Doctor says I need a backiotomy. Oh, dude, what was the was that character's name? Well, yeah, and I think it was similar, except this one was unfortunately dead and hanging on their wall. Somebody did some pretty fantastic taxidermy on it because it looked real. And when I was like way younger, I was convinced it was real. I was also convinced that the deer head that was on one side of the wall and the deer ass that was on the other side of the wall was actually a deer stuck in the wall. I was easy to fool at 5 and 6 years old. Okay, new rules. I type Jody wins and then bam boom, I'm a winner. That worked, but you have to type it in all caps. You have to put 17 and a half exclamation points for it to count, and then bam boom, you are the winner. And what are the University of Florida sports teams called? The Florida Gators. I don't know about the lope part. Do they have an antelope too? Wasn't that the catchphrase on Jackalope? As fast can be, you'll never catch me. Yeah, I think so. Pocket Metal. What's happening? What's going on? How do we do this? I know how we do this. Boom. I think I know how we're about to find out if I know how we do this. I wonder with me if I don't have moderator status though, so paste. See, it doesn't matter. Ever hear the Angry Jackalope Robert R. Ricks? I have not, but it sounds like a fascinating story. Well, I appreciate it, Stevie. And that was kind of a last minute, like, because with losing my phone, I lost my Bazart. And on what I'm using, for some reason, it's not compatible, which Bazart is the shiznit when it comes to like making stuff like that, because you've got the little magic feature where it removes the background and you can like, it's really easy to like erase stuff as far as everything but the head, and then on the other picture erase the head, and then it has like really cool tilt features and all that mess. So but I did it with PixArt, so it was all right. Oh, say hello. Say hello, Owsley. What's up, fuckers? How y'all doing? You watch your language there, son. Getting a little big for your britches. Oh, well, that's cool and sad at the same time, Garen. And I'm hoping they didn't take down his channel, because it sounds like something I'd like to check out for sure. Pocket Metal. But I'm still wondering about the lope part of the University of Florida sports teams. But I'm guessing since you said that you're from Florida, Garen. And what I was working on is there's the link if it's still in y'all's chat. Yes, it is. If anybody wants to hop on and join us. So Stacy got the Sheepdog XL. Anybody else get anything cool? So I got a couple of new stuffs this week from some DSKFS and giveaway type stuff, which was pretty nifty. And we'll go over that here in just a brief second. And I'm digging the fact that I can see the YouTube chat because I can see the daggum emojis, and on StreamYard you can't see Jack Duke. Oh, okay. So that makes sense now. Total sense. I'm a little slow on the uptake. So you are a fan of Robert R. Ricks, the Angry Jackalope fella, and you are a Gator fan. Right on. Oddly enough, well, not oddly, coolly enough, the origin of our favorite sports drink, Gatorade. And speaking of, do you guys remember Gator gum? That stuff was like my favorite gum growing up. It was amazing. Picked up the petrified fish bunta and CJ. Why does bunta sound like a curse word in a foreign language? Bunta and CJRB ruffian. Sweet. Null Knives Voodoo. I'm gonna have to look this up because I like the sound of voodoo. Javon says it's a sick knife. Boop. And Stacy says that it looks amazing. Oh, Jeezum crowbar. Yeah, that's is that the one didn't Kevin have one of those on his channel like recently? Sorry, old cue ball, not that cue ball, the younger cue ball just messaged me, unless he's in here, which I haven't seen him hop in. Tomorrow is Quentin Sale's birthday. So happy early birthday to Quentin Sales, and that knife does look sick. Faux show. What's up, Winnie? How's it going? Mark Herrera? How are you fellas doing? It's good to see y'all. Are you sure, Patina? Because Kevin had something similar to that on one of his videos, but it was probably Neves. Siri said it was Neves. That you think it was Neves, so you're probably. What's up, Quentin? How are you doing, little buddy? Happy early birthday to you. Now, well, I think you're behind us or behind me in time. What's up, Papa Rhino? Good to see you. So it's not quite tomorrow for you yet, unless you're talking about Thursday tomorrow. So I'm confused as to what day your actual birthday is, but I have a feeling it's today, tomorrow. So happy early birthday still. But where I'm at, it's already your birthday, man. So it's going, and your birthday's going pretty great. I can tell you already. It's pretty cool how I figured out the whole time travel thing and just talk to people in different time zones. What is this and why? Well, this is your normal, average, ordinary, everyday Grooves Day Night live, but the late edition because of scheduling difficulties, meaning for some reason StreamYard wouldn't let me schedule it for the right time. Whatever time I put in, it was like putting in. It would end up being 6 hours later than what I was scheduling it for, or no more than that, because to get 1:30, it's scheduled for 1:30 a.m. Now I had to put in like 6:30 a.m. I don't know. It was weird. I would put in today and it would be yesterday, but if I scheduled it for Thursday, it was still saying it was today. But then if I moved it up a few hours, it would say it was the 4th. It was very odd. And also, I need to figure out. I lost the chat there. Need to figure out how to go through StreamYard and. Well, yeah, I mean, I can go live instantly, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up, and then I was like, kind of balls deep in figuring it out, so I lost track of time. Well, that works out good for me. I like you late night gamers because you get notifications. The poor people that are sleeping, man, they don't hear their notifications and they sleep right through it. And then I get comments on the video the next day. Damn, I missed it. Just made 4 gallons of pesto fresh from the garden. Jeez, crowbar, 4 gallons of pesto. Canning it all now. Glad I got something to listen to while doing this. Just right on. And whenever I did the Chefly type thing, I made all my pesto by magic. I would just get the ingredients together and go pesto, and there you had it. Had a bowl full of pesto. It's very difficult to remember things when you're balls deep, especially if you dive in head first. Well, hello, Anthony Bates, Todd Carr. How are you guys doing? And did that answer your question, Shane, the night train? Having issues with bootstrapping my internet. So do you have like your actual internet through Boost, or are you talking about just like on your phone? If that's the case, then all you have to do is put a boot in the ass, and that fixes things right up. You have to learn how to breathe through your ears, like my boyfriend has. Oh, I have been known to say I have a doing good, just living, working, and being an adult, and how much it does suck, man. Why don't you just take a couple weeks off and go be a kid? But yeah, my claim to fame is I've got a 12-inch tongue and I can breathe through my ears. Snorkel ears, check. Up periscope, check. Oh, so the newness, and I had no clue that I was gonna. Well, I didn't even know it was coming in. It's my phone and where the towers are. Well, you need to tell them to move the towers, dude. That's just rude. But funny thing, where I've lived in South Carolina, like, no, but see, Anthony, what you do is you stick, those little straws, the little bendy straws with the little accordion accordion thing in it. You stick those in your ears, one in each ear, and when they clamp down, you can still get a little air through those straws. And then you just learn to hold your breath like a pearl diver. But this, I never thought I would like a SOG, but this one is pretty dark but spectacular. It's the Blade HQ exclusive Terminus XR with micarta. I mean, and it's actually, if you tap on it, it sounds like the Civivi micarta, but it feels theirs feels a little bit better than Civivi's did. Still not fuzzy like I would prefer it, but it feels pretty decent, and the action is pretty stupid, and it's a crossbar lock, and the daggone flipper as I hit the lock bar, but yeah, it actually works. That's freaking amazing. And it's pretty daggone thin behind the edge for how thick-ish the blade stock is. Pretty handy drop point with a lot of belly. Big heaping belly, Buddha belly. It is the D2 Terminus, but in sharpening it, it seems better than a lot of D2s that I have messed around with. And I don't know if this is the junk D2 like Shane talks about, where it's basically whatever's left over, or if this is actual, like, I thought it was CPM D2, but it's not. It just says cryo D2. So whatever that means, it's cold D2. I'll breathe through my ears if it gets me in my wife's guts. Are you doing like a upper GI type deal, lower GI, colonoscopy? What do you mean by getting her guts? I don't understand that phrase. And also, these are two knives I'm just now checking out for the first time. This little beauty came in from your friend and mine, Kevin Johnson, but it's the Miguron, something that starts with an A, Akira maybe. But it's freaking pretty spectacular, and it definitely looks and feels way above its actual price range. D2 is great blade steel. China ruined its reputation by poorly heat treating it like they do most steels. True story. And I'm not sure where they're sourcing their D2, but it is made in China, so I'm guessing it's probably the junk China D2. But like I said, it seemed to sharpen fairly decently. It's got a pretty killer edge on it. I don't know if you can see. It's a little shiny, and it's sharp as hell. And it wasn't as hard to sharpen as some D2s I have messed with in the past, because that's what made me. I don't care about it not being, so very corrosion resistant and all that stuff, but it was usually a bitch to sharpen, and this one not so much. So we'll see. Yeah, I agree. It would benefit from a choil. And lucky for us, there are just a vast number of friends that we have out there that can add a choil to this bad boy. So that might happen at some point. D2 isn't a product, it's a recipe, so it varies greatly. That makes sense, but it's also confusing. So I guess what you're saying is like my Tennessee grandma's banana pudding tastes different from my Mississippi grandma's banana pudding because it wasn't a product, it was a recipe, and they each had their own little added their own pizzazz to their nanner pudding. What's up, Ozman? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you, buddy. Um, I do have a D2 crag that just doesn't seem too dull. I got very lucky on that one. The only crag I experienced is it one of those recoil lock crags because that thing was just weird to me. It did not. It didn't cooperate with my body mechanics. D2 doesn't come from a steel company. People make it themselves. Exactly. It's like grandma and their nanner pudding. It didn't come from a nanner pudding factory. It came from grandma's kitchen. And Gaga, as I called my Tennessee grandma, hers tasted way different than Mama's. Yours is not that weird one. Yeah, well, you did good there because that thing is weird. And like I said, it did not work with my body mechanics. Like I was very jealous of people that would like depress the lock and they could just flip it around and do all kinds of crazy shit. Didn't work for me. I had a weird springiness to it that just didn't g-haw with my hands. CJRBD2 is pretty solid. I haven't experienced very much of that. I experienced the Sabibi D2 back in the day, and it was and the Best Tech D2 back in the day when they had like the Paladin and the Swordfish and one other one, and they had that whole big fiasco with it was a really crappy run or some shit, and the edges were chipping and cracking and slinging metal everywhere. Or some I don't know. Some honey badgers have good choils. Oh, the knife honey badger, not like honey badger. Honey badger don't give a shit. Honey badger. And yes, I agree. But don't they have that? Some of them have that crazy jagged, sharp jimping in the choil. Appalachian pudding is good pudding. Um, is that a different? Is that banana pudding? Is that like a name for banana pudding, or is that a totally different pudding? Because I love pudding, and if it's a different pudding, I need to try it. Because one of my favorites is it was a favorite of my dad. Some people think it's weird, but bread pudding. I freaking love bread pudding, especially if it's got the right sauce on it. It's not so much the recipe as it is the maker. That's what I'm trying to say. I got Mamaw and Gaga, two different makers. They made completely different banana pudding, although it was the same recipe because, they would little tweaks here and there. Even if it was all the same ingredients, they would use different amounts of certain ingredients. But they were both made from scratch. They weren't just a box of Jello pudding with some cut up nanners and vanilla wafers and some Cool Whip on top. They made their little homemade meringue to go on it. Oh, it was so good. And now I'm getting hungry for nanner pudding. Swear my girlfriend's mom never gives her the full recipe to any of her goodness. Wait, we're talking about food here, Oz, right? We're not that other goodness, I hope, because then that would beg the question, how do you know about your girlfriend's mom's goodness? And hopefully your girlfriend does not know that you know about her mom's goodness and the fact that hers pales in comparison. Right, that's what I'm saying, Patina. Like I need some pudding or some pie or something. I've just found that pudding recipes from Appalachia are area bomb. Yeah, I can vouch for that because I was Appalachian-ish area raised, and spent a lot of time in the got a bourbon soaked dry cherry bread pudding recipe. I'm gonna yes, that's a hookup I need, Papa Rhino. That sounds absolutely stinking delicious. I don't I don't know, Stacy. You know I stay confused. Some Boston cream pie. I can't cook. What do you mean you can't cook? You're in the wrong line of work if you can't cook, Papa Rhino. Oh, all right. So, can I get a drum roll from somebody, please? Because I'm going to ask our good friend, Brother Todd Carr, if he will please fill us in on what he just had for Second Supper, because this was always one of my favorite parts of Groovesday night, or whatever night we just happened to be live for many moons of hours. I call my kids my little oatmeal cream pies. I'm not I'm not sure I get it, but it's funny as hell. Um and I love oatmeal cream pies, except for the double decker ones. That's too much. Way too much. When I would visit my dad when I was small, we had supper then dinner. And we always had dinner then supper. Cream pie is how kids are. Oh, that kind of cream pie. Well, I thought maybe the oatmeal was part of the joke. The cream pie part. I get that's a whole genre of porn in and of itself. Mm-mm. Just had a it's it. I don't know what it's it is, but it sounds like the snack or food to end all foods because it's it. Oh, I get you. Okay, so a little see, it works. I didn't get it. I didn't catch on at all. Hard to beat a good homemade fruit cake. Yeah, those are bomb. Mama made good fruit cakes. She used to make something else too with that because she didn't use like the necessarily that weird fruit stuff in her fruit cake. But she may used to make something with that weird fruit stuff that like the jelly fruit. Wouldn't you like that, Winchester? Wouldn't that just tickle you to death? That would make your night, wouldn't it? If there was some Googled examples of cream pies up on yon screen, and I feel like Googled cream pies are your favorite kind. I Googled all over that thing. Oh, and speaking of the much needed choil on this fella, this guy, what's up, Alex? What is going on? I would ask you what you're doing up so late, but it's still mid afternoon over there in sunny Cali, right? You could bigify it. Bigify Yeah, exactly. What'd you walk into, Alex? Winchester wants some Googled cream pie. But this guy with an already magnificent choil is going to be headed to Brent at some point when he has let me know that he's perfected his scale making abilities, because it's going to get, well, it's going to lose the flipper, it's going to get a hole, and it's going to get some new fancy schmancy britches on it. Okay, Winchester, just for you, which I don't know because I'm not on StreamYard on here, and I can't. I mean, I can't share with myself, but just for you, I'm going to Google cream pie and share it with you guys. And I hope this makes you happy. Damn it! I'm even going to do an image search. Boom, boom. Jeez Louise, dude. Bam, there's your cream pie, homie. Creme de la creme pie. Looks pretty good, don't it? All kids look away, parental advisory. Yeah, because I'm really not sure what kind of cream pie that was. Raisin cream pie. What the? Oh, I like pretend gagged, but I'm kind of like for real gagging right now. Pie filling: 1 cup of raisins, 1 cup of boiling water, 1 cup of. So it's like super sweet, swole up raisins is the filling with some cream on top of it. What? And apparently some sour cream. What the? Winchester, what have you done, dude? Oh, dude, guys, it is a sin, and not the good kind of sin. This is like a sin against desserts. Okay. Yeah, this is oh, 1 cup of raisins, 1 cup of boiling water, 1 cup of sugar. So now you got some sweet ass sugary swole up raisins. Throw in some about 6 tablespoons of all purpose flour with some salt and some milk and sour cream. Oh, and they got to be Land O'Lakes eggs, apparently. 3 large Land O'Lakes eggs, yolks only, and a 1/4 cup of butter. Land O'Lakes, of course. Yeah, dude, this is screwy. This is definitely raisin cream pie, a traditional cream pie. There's nothing traditional at all about a raisin cream pie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do any of you, do you have a tradition of eating raisin cream pies? Because that sounds like a gynecological problem, kind of like blue waffles. Tiramisu's tomorrow's dessert chore. Oh boy, those are fun to make, Papa Rhino. Those are absolutely a blast. Alex, who is the guy coming on? See, now I'm in Winchester mode, and that question disturbs me as well, Stacy. Because if it's going to be that kind of cast, I ain't watching it. It's like an old lady cream pie with her swole up raisins. Got to go to the doctor and see about her swollen raisins and sour cream. Tomo saying, "Oh, so it's almost like the old crew getting back together, huh, Alex? You need to get Gerald on there as well." That's what's up, old Tom. Google stepsister. Okay. We know how you love a stepsister, Shane. But that's not my story to tell. Would you like a Google image search? Stepsister. Boom. 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 Images. Okay. Fairly harmless, I guess. Oh, that stepbrother seems to really like his stepsister. Or the stepsister seems more into the stepbrother than, because he looks almost kind of scared, actually. She looks very, very happy. Ugh. Stepsister. Boom. Grand Marquis cake. I don't even know what that is. I'm trying not to eat dessert. Y'all are killing me. Well, pocket metal, just think in your head, picture this: rose smelling perfume, old ladies, and raisin cream pie. Now, do you still want dessert? Oh, Quentin, are you taking off, homie? Well, I'm glad you stopped by, man. Um, Appreciate you being here, brother. Love you, dude. You have a happy birthday tomorrow, and you're turning 27, right? I'll send you a case of Pepsi, Coke, RC Cola. I don't know what you prefer. They were clearly blood kin. You would know, Shane. Oh, you know not to bring up stepsisters. God, now I'm eating cream pie. Patina, I guess you didn't. I couldn't eat any kind of cream pie right now after that whole big fiasco with cream pies. Looks decadent. The stepsister looks decadent. Looks deviant. She's definitely the type of girl that gets naked, because whenever her clothes are off, she is 100% up to something. She turned out just fine. Yes, you did turn her out just fine, didn't you there, buddy? And I'm glad that y'all can look back on your time as brother and sister and laugh about it. Or, you know what happened. You were there. I don't need to tell you. Anthony, did you steal your kids' snacks? They're knack-knacks. You stole my knack-knacks, Daddy. Don't all people get naked? Yes, all people get naked, but the important part is whenever she gets naked, she is up to something. She's got motives. Like kumquats, but are more sour than lemon. Kumquats. It's a funny word. So, kumquats. Do any of you have experience with? I've had these. They're the little tiny oranges that you eat the whole damn thing, right? Like skin and all. You just like eat them like a grape. Those little jobbies. Straighten up, fly right, jackass. There you go. Oh, hey. Sorry, went away. But yeah, so those are the little. But do any of you guys have any experience with? This is an interesting article. Tesla wants to. Huh. So apparently, Elon Musk's papa is not a proud papa. Doesn't care much for the fruit of his loins, and does not own a Tesla. Late breaking news, hard hitting stuff there. This is honestly kind of sad. So his dad's favorite kid is his youngest son. Elon's younger brother was the favorite. That explains a lot, actually. Poor Elon. Let's have a moment of silence for him and his strained relationship with his father. Poor fella. What am I talking about? That dude could buy the world. Some secrets we gotta keep, but do again. True statement. Shane, why are you always naked on these live streams and either in the tub or in the bed and posing? I bought them, dang it. They're mine too. No, sir. You are the man. You don't own anything. Life's short. Drive a Hummer naked off road. Look like testicles. Sweet skin, sour flesh. I could say that of most of the girls I've dated. It is 100% legal to drive. You can't get out until you get dressed. That's true. Yep, Oz. We have seen Shane naked in a tub before, and we do not want to relive that. Elon is just a shill and hasn't done anything. He has said he has. He's a fraud. Potentially. Good old conditional love, ain't it? It is grand. Daddy, do you love me? No, but I do love your younger brother. Get out of my face. I re-entry self-landing rockets, made electric cars, highest grossing boring company, richest man on planet, Elon's dad. Yeah, well, you're my second favorite. Exactly. Your brother's a billionaire too, just not as rich as you are, and he's way cooler. So get away from me, you freak of nature. I've seen the rockets land on by themselves this one time at band camp. In Florida, you can sit in your yard naked as long as you aren't doing anything lewd. I thought the whole definition of lewd was the naked part of it. Check out solar-powered electric vehicles on YouTube. Hey, Big Red, what's up, Jody? Jody Bear. Oh, just talking about cream pies and kumquats and tiramisu, fraudulent rockets, driving Hummers naked, or something to do with the Hummer and being naked. And apparently the fact that you can sit in your yard in Florida naked as long as you're not doing anything lewd, which totally changes my whole thought process when it comes to being lewd, because I thought if you're nude, you're lewd. But apparently not. Yeah, the normal stuff, exactly. Oh, and Shane Gables and nudity and stepsisters. However that may correlate. We won't. I don't dare speculate about what activities were involved. I think it was mostly Twister and pin the tail on the stepbrother. Yeah, definitely not in that order. I don't even remember the order. Was anybody taking notes and can fill Jody in on the chronology of our discussion? Nude sunbathing isn't considered lewd. So, okay, well, then let me ask you this. If in order to be considered lewd, does it have to involve bits and pieces shaking and jiggling? Or like if you're totally still, like, so you could stand in the middle of your yard butt ass naked, and as long as you were still, you could say, I'm just sunbathing, officer. But like the minute he turns his back and you shake it at him, if he just happens to like turn around real quick and see it, then you're being lewd. Jello jigglers, exactly. I'm lewd, fully dressed. You are lewd every second of your life, Pocket Metal. Except, of course, when the boss lady is giving you what for, and you're like, yes, ma'am, and then when she turns her back, then you talk smack, right? And I'm just joking. Shake what at him? Your finger. You're like, you get out of my yard, officer. Is that being lewd? Just sitting in a chair. So you have to be sitting in a chair. Okay, so once you stand up, that's where the lewdness starts. If you're not in a sitting, what if you're laying down though? Can you be laying down? Be out there on my trampoline. You remember the Man Show, Girls on Trampolines? That was awesome. Ziggy Zaggy. That's a good point. If one is doing the truffle shuffle nude, is that lewd? And also, anywhere you live, anything you do is legal as long as the cop doesn't see it. Lewd versus indecent. That sounds like a pivotal court case. Lewd v. indecent. No, the Man Show could not exist today. My Cosby cocktail. Oh my lord. That's yes, Grolsch, man. I do, and I swear they just got it in or something. It was at one of the cool little gas stations down the road, and I was like, dude, I gotta have it. I haven't had this stuff in forever. Cheers, Jody Bear. No, but Jimmy Kimmel is no longer funny at all. Jimmy Kimmel never was funny, in my opinion. It was all Adam Carolla and his dry humor. Helicopter makes it lewd. I can see that. Well, then I guess you can't pee outside because that's the only way to shake it off is helicopter. Speaking of, there are documented cases of people out hanging with their buddies in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, had one too many beers, got to go drain the vein, go into an area that's normally inhabited by tricycle motors playing, but at 2, 3 in the morning, who's playing? And they get caught peeing in the park and are put on the predator list. Yeah, that's insane. And then we won't get into that. It makes me mad. Not that part doesn't really make me mad. I think it's a little ridiculous, but the ones that aren't on any kind of list. Yeah, exactly. Which, speaking of, those were some funny ass movies. Brant did a lewd truffle shuffle. When did? Yeah, exactly. You would think intent would come into play with a lot of things. Dang it! What? Brant apparently did something offensive the other day, and I don't know if it's this lewd truffle shuffle, but whenever I got on the live stream, he was apologizing and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and leave." So apparently he ruffled somebody's feathers, and I just can't imagine Brant ruffling anybody's feathers. He showed his nipple, then had a breakdown after. Oh, he was trying to be like Shane, and apparently failed. And I say, oh, like it's the most normal thing in the world, but my actual reaction that didn't come through like it should have was, why was he showing his nipple? What prompted him to show his nipple? And that, I don't know if that's what is being called a lewd truffle shuffle, but I mean, that's kind of part of the truffle shuffle, is showing your nipples. You got to get the shirt up good and high. Oh, so he had a Janet Jackson. Gotcha. Okay. What the hell was he wearing for his nipple to... like a skimpy midriff type spaghetti strap or something? Poor fella. He needs some wardrobe advice from somebody. Truffle shuffle prompted it. Okay, so now well, your screwing around proved to be accurate, Anthony. Apparently it was a wardrobe malfunction. Or let's see, truffle shuffle prompted it. Wardrobe malfunction. I'm trying to piece all this together. A hinderer pasty. Brant was playing with his chesticles. Was he doing like the whole like, hey baby, that type thing, and then one popped out? Because if so, that begs, like, everything, all the information I'm getting just begs more questions. I had a skin cancer removed from my chest. When the doctor was finished, he said, "Good news, I was able to save the nipple." That's a really good story, because that, I mean, it shows, I don't know if the doctor was trying to be funny, but that's a very conscientious doctor, knowing that I better save this guy's nipple. No, he's not, it's not his livelihood, his nipples, but he wants to look normal while walking down the beach, so he can't just have one. But then to also tell you I was able to save the nipple, that's my kind of doctor. That's priceless. I had a doctor of the opposite. Well, he was a great doctor, did an absolutely amazing job. It's just I didn't have the proper information going into the procedure, because the only information I have was, oh, it looks totally fine. There's just a cut right across the top of it. So a lot of you have already heard the magic thumb. It got smashed in a CNC mill between the ATC arm and the spindle, smooshed, and well, I grabbed it like that because I didn't want to look at it. It didn't hurt so bad as it just would gross me out if I looked down and saw my own gore. So I grabbed hold to it, and when we got to the ER, like I was holding it so tight that this hand went to sleep, and it was like slipping off, and blood was going everywhere. The doctor was like, "Well, let me see what you got going on." I was like, "No, you can't see it." He said, "Well, I can't fix what I can't see." So finally, I showed it to him, and they put it in. He shot it up with some numbing stuff, put it in betadine solution to soak while he was, I guess, figuring things out and looking at the X-rays and all that stuff. And my boss was there, my supervisor, and he's looking at it. And I'm like, "Scott, how bad is it?" He's like, "Man, it's not really that bad. And your thumbnail's kind of screwed up, but it's just got a cut right across the top." So I'm thinking like I overreacted. Like, well, nothing's wrong with my thumb. It's like I hit it with a hammer. Everything's going to be fine. So I had to have an operation. I get out of the operation, and it's all bandaged up, all big and bulbous. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't hurt at all. Of course, they had numbed it up, but I was awake through the operation because I'd eaten a daggum chicken biscuit like 5 hours earlier. They wouldn't give me like general anesthesia. Couldn't do any kind of anesthesia. Like I couldn't even get. Oh no, wait, is that? Yeah, no, I could get the like the nerve dam thing, the nerve block bullcrap, which that was a whole other story. But anyway, so I'm awake through the whole thing, and I can hear them doing their shit and bzzz and burning and smelling shit. It was horrible. But anyway, I get done. I'm thinking he just like cauterized a little bit of stuff because that's what I had to have done with that thumb. They just cauterized it and went and sewed some stuff up. Everything was hunky dory. But anyway, he comes up and he's like, "Well, I saved up as much of it as I could." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? I thought I just had a little cut. What do you saved as much? Are you talking about my thumbnail?" He's like, "No, your thumb." I'm like, "Oh Jesus, what? So what? How bad was it?" He said, "Well, it was horrible." He said, "It was like hanging on by a little piece of skin in the back, and that was it." He said, "So I had to go in there and cut most of the bone out, and I folded everything over and sewed it down." He said, "I'm going to have to take out more, but we'll wait for, let it heal for a couple months before we do that." So that was a whole opposite deal. Well, Brother Anthony, it was absolutely fantastic of you to join us, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Love you, dude. Take care. Get you some sleep, all 4 hours of it, and we'll catch you on the flip side. We'll see you later on in the week, man. Yeah, see, that's good, Karen. I like a good humorous doctor that can lighten the mood in whatever way possible. Oh, that was the night he was making derogatory. Oh, okay. I gotcha. That ties everything together in one nice, neat little package. I didn't know what was going on. I came in right at the tail end of it and saw him saying, "Oh, all right, guys, I'm sorry for whoever I offended. I'm leaving." And then they told him to stay, and everything was cool. And I was like, and well, somebody said something about, "Oh, nobody will even remember. It's totally forgotten." And I just said, I'm offended as hell, and I don't forget nothing. All right, Todd Carr, my brother. Oh, wait, dude. Holy crap. Did I miss the second supper menu? Because I swear I didn't see it. Oh, no. I fell into the Google rabbit hole Googling stuff for all these degenerates. I would American Pie that bad boy. How did I miss that one too? Jeez Louise. Scroll up for Second Supper. Oh man, I think I missed it. I think we got talking about. Oh, I found it. All right, so everybody, better late than never. Second Supper was Polish sausage with sauerkraut. Freaking yum! Fried onions along with rice and cheese whiz and salsa mixed into it. Dude, you ought to be a chef for stoners, man. I swear to God. I would eat at your restaurant in a heartbeat, even if I wasn't freaking baked. Strawberry yogurt and chocolate fudge Pop Tarts was dessert and a bottle of Coke. Freaking epic. I would, like I said, I would totally eat that if I was baked. If I wasn't baked, if I was baked, I would just take it all and make a sandwich. I felt like the Pop Tart was a bit much. Shane, you're a jackass, man. And so then some various sundries came in from our sister Alice. Some I don't know how to pronounce the word, but it's a B word with a G and an L, a couple of E's, maybe an R and an I. That came in with the Nut Knocker. And and then the which, unbeknownst to her and unpopular opinion, the shuffle is my favorite Kershaw and really the only Kershaw that I am fond of. Haven't had a Coke in a year and a half, but had a fudge Pop Tart today. I haven't had Coke in like, I don't know, about 10 years. It's been almost as long for Pop Tarts too. Are you so Pocket Metal? You hungry? How's what's the status of your stomach right now? You know what we should do, guys? Just for our buddy Pocket Metal. Let's see what we got. Oh. Oh. This right here. Good picture. Oh yeah. See, this is a southern delicacy right here. The ye old peach cobbler. Now, and you take a little bit of Cool Whip and throw on that bad boy, or even better, just like some actual whipped cream. Yes, that'll do you up right, Pocket Metal. What else we got up in y'all? Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. Oh man, I tell you what, dude. Whoever made this one knows how to do it. All that ooey gooey melty cheese on the ye old grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, and that's some good looking bread too. That's not that cheap old like Dollar General, what is it, Clover Valley style. That's like some good looking bread there. Oh, now this is a long shot as far as finding it on a picture of it, but maybe not because it was a pretty popular item. Well, that is just very disappointing. Well, no, this is that's hilarious. That's freaking hilarious. So this is a horrible picture. I don't know what's up with the resolution on it. I searched a menu item that used to be on one of the restaurants I worked at, which was a sandwich called the Hot Mama, and it was roast beef, cheddar cheese. It was a pepperoncini tapenade. I can't remember what else, but it was on focaccia bread. So I typed in Midnight Rooster, which was the name of the restaurant, and Hot Mama, and my friends Whitney and Rachel showed up. The one on my right, your left, your right, my, I don't know, is Rachel, my friend Zach's wife, and Whitney was just Whitney. They worked in the coffee shop. Funny enough, if anybody's ever heard of the band Sent by Ravens, Rachel's husband Zach was the lead singer of Sent by Ravens. He's playing in some band now. I don't know what, but he's the brewmaster at the local brew pub back where I moved from. That's freaking hilarious. It's freaking Google rabbit hole. Show you something funny if I can find it. No, I don't want to log in, you jackass. I wonder how far back I'll have to go. Sorry, guys, I'm just talking to myself. Just talk amongst yourselves about it's the food, trying to eat better. This is too much for my weekend. Well, have a grilled cheese sandwich, dude. Which I just suddenly realized that the Hot Mama would not have appealed to you at all with the roast beef and all. So that would have been an epic fail. I guess it's a good thing I didn't find it. With that grilled cheese, haha, melty, ooey gooey, buttery goodness, grilled to perfection. Nice and toasty, but not too toasty. Although some people like their grilled cheeses burnt, and to them, I say, infidel. How dare you screw up a perfectly good grilled cheese sandwich by burning it? Matter of fact, this coffee shop that I'm talking about, we had a bomb-ass grilled cheese sandwich made with our homemade pimento cheese, which was, basically just shredded white cheddar with chopped up roasted red peppers, some mayonnaise, cayenne pepper, salt and pepper. But we just put a big old heaping helping on some nice thick this like artisan wheat bread we would get and grill it up all ooey gooey. Fantastic. But one of the guys I worked with would get that. We called it the Daddy Steve because Steve was the owner's actual dad, and he loved pimento cheese, was his favorite. So the sandwich was called the Daddy Steve, and the dude that he would get the Daddy Steve with bacon, and we had this thick ass sliced bacon, but he would get it burnt, which ruined everything for me. His name was Kadeem, and I told him he was ridiculous for having his sandwiches made that way, and I would no longer make them because I'm not gonna sully a perfectly good sandwich by burning it. So he'd come in. He was one of the servers. He'd come in the kitchen and order, and I'd be like, "Well, you're gonna make it yourself because I ain't doing that." I said, "I'll make it right, and you can finish it up." Fried dill pickles. Fried pickles are freaking amazing, especially with a little bit of ranch. So this is weird. There's a lot of. I'm just like going and going and going, and a bunch of. Why did they post their menu so much? I mean, they shut down after the new lady bought it anyway because she was horrible. She came through, had a meeting, called because we were like family there. Like we chilled out together like after work. We had like Rooster Fest every year, and we'd hang out. And but so this new lady buys the place, and she comes in, calls a meeting of everybody that works there. She's like, "I just called you guys together because I know you guys are like family. You've been here a while, and I'm taking over. So of course you suspect that I'm just going to come in and clean house and bring in my own people, but I'm not going to do that. I told Jesse, who was the original owner, that I wouldn't do that." But 2 weeks later, I get called in the office. We'll set it up though. So I come in one day, and I did prep every week. I did prep on Monday and Wednesday. I'd come in at like 4 a.m. and prep until lunchtime, and then I'd work lunch shift because on Monday and Wednesday we just served lunch. We didn't do breakfast or supper or anything like that. So I'd prep and then do lunch shift and then head home. Well, it was a Monday. I had done prep that morning. We finished up lunch shift, and I went into the little middle hallway where their like refrigeration was to look at the schedule. And our new kitchen manager, who oddly enough was one of the new, well, see, he didn't want the bacon burnt. He wanted the bread burnt. But she was one of the new owners people from her previous place of employment. And she came in and she said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that we're not doing prep in the morning anymore. We're going to do it after lunch." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So like Wednesday, don't come in at 5 or 4 in the morning, come in at, regular time to serve lunch or do lunch and then do prep." And she was like, "Yep." I said, "Okay, cool." So Wednesday morning, I came in at, I think we started lunch we'd come in at like 10 to set up the kitchen. And so I came in at 10, and I'm coming in the back door. She's coming out the back door, and she was like, "Where were you?" I said, "Where was I when? What time? Where? I can tell you my exact location. Just let me know what time." She was like, "This morning at 5 o'clock." I said, "Oh, I was in the bed sleeping." She said, "Well, you were supposed to be here doing prep." I said, "No, we're doing prep after lunch, right?" She said, "Next week." I said, "Well, I asked you on Monday." I said, "So Wednesday, don't come in at 5 or 4, come in at 10. And you said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, you should have checked the schedule." I said, "I didn't think I needed to check the schedule. My manager told me to come in to serve lunch." And she said, "Well, I'll talk to you after lunch." I said, "Okay, cool. Look forward to the conversation." So I go in, and we were slammed that day. And I was on the sandwich station, which is like super slam because that was the most popular items on our lunch menu. So I was like mega slammed, like going. Well, the most slam person, the way we did it, whoever was slammed the worst would get to take a smoke break first. So it was my day to take a smoke break first because it was hell. And the way we do it, we'd just be like, "Hey guys, I'm going to take a smoke break," like once the rush died down. So I did that, went out, came back in, finished out lunch. We were cleaning up the kitchen. She comes in, she's like, "Hey, so I need to see you in the office." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I go in there, and Suzanne, the new owner, is sitting there, and Jesse, the old owner, is sitting right next to her, and Jesse's like bawling. I'm like, "Oh, this isn't going to be good at all." And Suzanne says, "Well, we talked, and we decided we're going to cut our losses with you." I was like, "Cut your losses with me? What does that mean?" I said, well, I know what it means, but what do you mean by cut your losses? Like, what are your losses that you're cutting? She's like, well, first off, you were a no call, no show this morning for prep. And I was like, no, I was a did show, didn't need to call because I did show. And I was told we weren't doing prep. But anyway, that's beside the point. And she's like, then you took an unauthorized break at lunchtime. I said, unauthorized break? I said, that took a break just like we always take breaks. And she said, well, you're under new kitchen management now, and we do things differently. So you should have told your manager. I said, well, my manager wasn't in the kitchen, and I didn't even know that, my manager was still here. So I should have left my station, went and hunted down said manager and told her, hey, I'm taking a break, probably wasting another 10 minutes on top of my 15 minutes, and went from there instead of just taking the 15 minutes and coming back and going right back to work. And and Suzanne said something which caused Jesse to like really start bubbling, and she's like, I can't take it anymore, and got up and walked out. So I was fired. And then, which I didn't feel bad because I knew what was coming. And sure enough, one by one, all the original people were sent packing. And a restaurant that had been open, a restaurant that started off as just a coffee shop, which then became a full-fledged restaurant and coffee shop because it was doing so well, and had been open for like 12 years after her owning it for about a year and a half, went out of business, if that tells you anything. And I mean, you could like just mention the word, like Hot Mama was like, that was the big, everybody loved the Hot Mama. But you could mention that and the Valley Girl, which the Valley Girl was like a turkey, avo, and alfalfa sprouts, and fajita mayonnaise. But anyway, you could mention that to anybody within like about an hour's drive radius of that place, and they knew exactly what it was. I mean, it was like a freaking staple in that area. I'm finding it. There's a certain dish that I'm looking for that they stopped serving once the Wicked Witch of the North, South, East, and West took over. I mean, she completely ruined that place. Like our favorite, our most popular dinner dish was either the shrimpling or the pimp steak. That was my favorite just because it was called the pimp steak, but it was just a sirloin with our proprietary seasoning blend on it. And then as it was like the last probably 45 seconds or so, we would put a big old scoop of pimento cheese on it and melt it all ooey gooey. So I know the steak does nothing for you, Pocket Metal, but that pimento cheese, man, whoo, it was world famous. Well, at least PD region of the South Carolina famous. And our chicken salad. This is strange. It's not telling me the year. Which I don't even remember what year that bitch took a nice, sweet, nice, wonderful lady took over. Oh. Oh my God. That's not what I was looking for. So, Jesus Christ, guys. This is a blast from the freaking past. I don't know. There might be somebody you all know in that picture somewhere. If I can get the, yeah. So the lady to, I don't know, the one that's gone now. But anyway, the lady that was between me and the other person does not matter. But the lady on the other side of her was our, I guess, second kitchen manager after I started. She was pretty cool then, but she was also the lady that became my manager. Yes, I am torturing pocket metal, and it is freaking fun. The lady on the one end with the dark hair was the lady that became my manager when I worked at the kitchen, or worked in the kitchen at the school. And between which there was a good 5-6 year period between, well, about 7 year period between then and when I worked for her again. In that 7 years, she had become a drunk and was a horrible boss. So that's why I left the school. And then the little smiley blonde on the other side of me is my ex evil bitch. So there's that. Braunschweiger and pimento cheese spread on pumpernickel with spicy brown mustard. Sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wonder how I keep shutting down the whatchamajigger. I don't know. I like anything food related. Well, to a certain extent. But yeah, it was, dude, for a while there, that was a jam up place to work, man. And I mean, we got like a 15 or 20% discount on the food, but when you work in the kitchen, you get 100% discount on the food. So we basically made whatever the hell we wanted and ate the shit out of it. And it was such, like, all our, like, even our grits were like locally sourced stone ground freaking grits. We had a bomb ass shrimp and grits with pimento cheese in it. Everything had pimento cheese in it. But what freaking blew my mind is that people would, like, one of their favorite things to get was the shrimpling with garlic butt. Oh yeah, I do, because my grandma got the government cheese. But basically it was just, linguine noodles with grilled shrimp on it and garlic butter sauce, which was literally, we would take, well, like any butter we used during other services. If we had a little bit left, we would just put it all together and then melt it with some some garlic powder and a little bit of fresh garlic, and then boil the linguine noodles. And then you grill a couple of, like, which we had pretty good sized shrimp. But that's all it was. You grill the shrimp, mix the noodles and the sauce together, throw the shrimp on top of it, and throw a few chopped green onions on it, and send it out. It was like $16 or some shit. Like, what? Probably cost $2 in ingredients to make, if that. Frosted Flakes. What's looking like Frosted Flakes? You're looking like Frosted Flakes. Shane. But yeah, my grandma totally made freaking mac and cheese with the. My dad used to get so mad at her because she would go stand in line and get the big block of government cheese and the big, like, whatever, because it was the cardboard can. It wasn't like a metal can, but it was like the big can thing of peanut butter, something else. And Dad would get so mad at her because he's like, she don't need that. She makes plenty of money. But she just, because she did. I mean, she lived off my granddad's Social Security, which was decent enough chunk, and my dad had bought her house for her, so she didn't have but like her utilities, and got a decent check. And he would get mad as hell, and she would try to send the cheese home with us. He's like, I don't want that cheese. It's sin cheese. You're sinning. Daggone right, government cheese. And I saw hollandaise sauce. I freaking love hollandaise. The best thing I ever ate was crab stuffed bacon wrapped jumbo. Damn. Crab stuffed bacon wrapped jumbo shrimp on artisan grits with hollandaise sauce. Whew. Damn, Pocket Metal. If you don't eat meat, that'll make you want to eat meat right there. Holy crap. Oriental Buffet had a killer spicy squid salad. I'm not big on squid. I mean, it ain't even like perks of being a cook. You daggone right, man. And it ain't even about like, oh, it's squid, it's that, or the fishy. Like, it don't taste bad. It's that chewiness. You can't get over it. One thing when I worked at the Thai restaurant, we had a soft shell crab dish. And I don't know how you guys feel about soft shell crab, but I felt like it tastes like damn aquarium water and couldn't stand it. Because when we had the Christmas party, we'd fix like all the most expensive, like the most expensive dishes we had, which was the soft shell crab dish was one of the most expensive, and then the pad thai duck was the other one, which the pad thai duck, whew, mind blowing. Freaking, if you've never had deep fried duck, you ain't had nothing. That stuff is so good, especially and like our food was like legit. Like, it was everything. All the sauces were homemade. It was the chef / owner. It was a man, like husband and wife, that owned the restaurant. The husband was, of course, he did all the cooking, he did all the hard work. The wife just raked in all the money, but everything was made from scratch. He didn't believe in that like pre-mixed junk, but fried egg, bacon, and ham, grilled cheese, what? Because I need to go way back. Holy crap. I was sitting there running my mouth. I haven't had a Coke since they went woke. Well, I was speaking of a different. Yeah, the shuffle is a killer little knife. Reduce Coke on a simmer till it gets syrupy, then baste ham with it. Yes. Tell you something else I do is when I make pulled pork in the crock pot, I use root beer. Just pour like 2 cans of root beer in there, cook that crap until it gets like falling apart, and then pour off the root beer, hash out the pork, and mix whatever sauce I'm using with it. And it's freaking amazing and easy as hell. If you like pulled pork or like, yeah. And I use, dude, I'll just throw a whole Boston butt in the crock pot. Or even, you can even do it with, like pork tenderloin. But Boston butt works the best. Just root beer. That's it. Just root beer. And damn, now I'm hungry too. Sunday Cafe in Tybee Island. Well, I mean, I don't give a crap what the etymology of soft shell crab. They taste like shit, is what I'm saying. And I like blue crab and crab legs, but these soft shell crab are to be bitty, like about this big, and they taste like freaking aquarium water. Well, they taste like aquarium water smells. Absolutely horrible. If you want a good diet, is that the? Yeah, I've had that with. It's got the stevia stuff in it, and I swear, on the freaking Holy Bible, stevia is sweeter than daggum cane sugar. Which there's this festival in Blairsville, Georgia. I think it's in Blairsville where my parents live. It's either there or in Hiwassee, which is where they have the state fair. They have a sorghum festival every year. And one of the greatest things as a kid is you go to this festival and you can buy like a big old stalk of sorghum and just walk around chewing on it. Talk about being hopped up on Mountain Dew and coming at somebody like a spider monkey. Because I didn't, like, my parents were very strict health conscious type people. Like I was running like 3, 4, 5 miles when I was 6, 7 years old. They were big health nuts. So I didn't eat a lot of sugar. So when I did eat sugar, I'd be like a little freaking crackhead chipmunk going nuts. So luckily the festival's outdoors, and luckily there was also a little I guess exhibit where they showed how the sorghum was traditionally like ground up, and it was like one of the big stone mills that was a little donkey would go round and round and round. So my parents would get me all hopped up on the sorghum cane, and then I'd be running circles around that donkey. What's up, Tippy? But anyway, it's the guts that make them taste bad. They're not gutted. You're eating all of it. I'm not eating any of it, is what I'm telling you. Shit stunk, and I tasted a little bit, and it's like, no, sir, not for me. Cream cheese, candied jalapenos, and bacon bit top burger with 2 grilled cheese. Oh, man. There was a restaurant called 1720 Burger Bar. Me and Sobex went there when he rolled through. But they've got a burger called the Cobra Commander, and it is a double-decker with 4 quarter-pound patties and 3 buns that are grilled ham and cheese sandwiches. And then there's also chili and cheese and what they call their potato bombs. They're like these stuffed, like bacon, chili, cheese stuffed tater tots that are freaking amazing. I didn't even put a dent in it when I attempted it. Is because it's their challenge burger. If you finish it, it's free. If you don't finish it, you've got food to eat on for about a week, and it costs you about $30. But speaking of, okay, so this is an amazing combination. If anybody in here ever gets the chance to try this combination, you absolutely must. Goat cheese, bacon, and sriracha. Fantastic. On it, we did on Tuesday when I first started working there. We did dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it, every night. Well, on Tuesdays was sushi night, so we had sushi rolls. We had your traditional sushi rolls, like the bull crap, like California rolls, avocado rolls, bull crap like that. But then we'd always have like little specialty rolls, and one of them that I came up with was the I don't even remember what we called it, but it was a sushi roll with goat cheese, sriracha, and bacon. Pretty damn fantastic. As a kid, I wouldn't eat pickled pig's feet. Now I love it. Dude, I can't. I can't. I've tried. I tried hard. Because I don't like to just, you know, write things off without at least giving them a shot. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. That cat is a savage ass killing machine. There's a new dead animal every day. Bacon wrapped goat cheese balls, breaded panko and drizzled with fry. Yes, sir, dude. I'm telling you, it's a fantastic combination. You can't. Oh, another good combination is a good wheat bread toasted with butter, and then spread cream cheese and strawberry jam. Freaking amazing. That used to be my breakfast like every morning when I worked at that place. I'd go in about half hungover, toast two big old thick slices of the wheat bread with butter on it, and then spread some of that delicious cream cheese all over it and slather it with strawberry jam. I'd be in heaven. The daggum dopamine receptors are going up and all that good. Ooh, I'd be like instantly no hangover. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh yeah, the evil bitch is not in this one. There's yours truly again, giving the rabbit ears to our kitchen manager, and my good buddy Justin back there in his Lucero cowboy hat. Oh, and this guy's amazing, and by amazing I mean a total freaking dipshit. That's Garion. Y'all want to hear about Garion? So he joined us for prep one morning, and it was like we had a bunch of homeschool kids in our area, and like their parents were patrons of the restaurant. They freaking loved it, so they decided to have their prom there. And Garion was not the most coordinated of cooks, and he was cooking the bacon for the rest of the week. And the way we would just put it on sheet pans and throw it in the oven and cook it till it was almost done. Well, he goes to pull it out, and it was the last of the bed. Like, we had no more bacon until the truck came. He goes to pull them out, and he decides he's going to be slick and grab 2 pans full of bacon at once and dropped them both. And so from like right around the corner in the coffee shop, all these little home poured, like innocent, very godly homeschool kids here, clatter, crash, bang, God damn it. And I was like, oh, geez. Well, the owner, Jessie was still the owner at the time. She comes running around. She thought somebody had gotten hurt. So she comes in and she's like, what happened? Now, remember, I said this is the owner. She owned the restaurant. Gary turns around and says, Jessie, you need to fucking leave now. She starts crying and like runs out. I'm like, Gary, what did you just do? That's Jessie. And he kept his job. Everything was like cool. She was very understanding, but that's Gary. Before I left, we were doing we'd quit doing any kind of breakfast. Yeah, dude, if you want to borrow the cat, you got it, man. She will take care of all your pestular problems. Before I quit working there, we had quit doing any kind of breakfast except for Saturdays from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. we would do brunch, and so there was like select lunch menu items on the menu and select breakfast items on the menu. And of course, if you've ever worked in like especially privately owned type restaurant, it's up to the kitchen staff to come up with specials every week. So we had this contest. I on during brunch, I made the crepes because I just got tasked with that and ended up being okay at it, and nobody else could make crepes. So I became the crepe maker. I made little teeny thin pancakes. And they turned out great. Well, Buddy Garion comes up with the idea that he's going to make these chocolate crepes with Nutella and cream cheese or something as the filling, but the crepes themselves were going to be chocolate because he was going to add cocoa powder to them. And I tried to tell Garion, you can't just go adding stuff willy-nilly to crepe mix because it has to be freaking exact or they're not going to turn out. Well, he adds cocoa powder to the crepe mix and without adjusting anything else. And the day comes for him to make his special. And 30 minutes in after the first order for his crepe special comes in, he's still working on that crepe. And the kitchen manager comes in and she's like, Garion, how long on that crepe? And he says, this is after 45 minutes or so of it being the order being in. He says, oh, in like another 30 minutes, which she flips out. 30 minutes? What? So she's standing there because he's frantically trying to just get the freaking crepe set to flip it over, and it won't. It sticks and burns and all this craziness is going on. He's dumping crepe after crepe in the trash. And so she tells me, she's like, go over there, bail him out. So I go over there and he's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm bailing you out. Go take a break. He gets mad, stomps out, comes back 10, 15 minutes later, blood dripping off his hands. And I was like, what happened to your hand? He's like, nothing. And a few minutes later, like one of the late servers comes in and she says, what's wrong with Gary? And he's back there punching the hell out of the wall. Got rats in here that nest in my dang bed even. Dude, rats and mice are freaking... That cat drops his kills. It's a she. Shane. Correct yourself. At the front door all day, constant carnage. It is. There's some very regular carnage that happens around here. Shot of pickle juice can hurt. Yeah, dude. You know where I learned that? My first job in high school at Kroger bagging groceries. One of our customer service chicks would come in every freaking Saturday and Sunday hungover and send one of us baggers to the deli to get her a bowl of pickle juice. Greg Brady Burger at Jack Brown's mac cheese and barbecue potato chips. That's it. Incredible. What? Greg Brady Burger. So it's mac and cheese and barbecue potato chips. There's no like burger. There's no meat. Bourbon balls and rum balls. Funny story. I used to have a rat named Ratatouille. Yeah, tempers and shitty cooks go. They damn sure do. And he was a shitty cook. But see, he didn't even want to be a cook. The only reason he wanted to be a cook is so he didn't have to be a dishwasher. Oh, so you pick. Yes, there's me. Okay, word. All right, I gotcha. He got mad because I started, and like in this restaurant, this is one of those restaurants you didn't start anyway. Like you didn't start as a cook. You could start as a server, but you didn't start in like just immediately in the kitchen. You started in the dish room. And I started like a year and a half after he did, and within like a month I was in the kitchen and he wasn't. And so he held that against me for a long time. Uh-oh, Shane Gables sent a photo. We're about to see this mac and cheese deliciousness. Barbecue chips. And where is this place? I live like in the same general vicinity as you. Where is this Greg Jack Brown's? Oh, geez. Yeah, that looks pretty freaking good, dude. Stay bigger. It won't stay bigger, but it looks freaking amazing. I want one now. And you, Shane, so this weekend, I don't care what you're doing. Cancel some plans if you have to. We're going to get one of these. I did. Funny thing is, I lost video there for a few seconds too. So it wasn't your internet. Like it went completely out. Oh, it's in Birmingham. Well, still, we're going very soon. As soon as we can. Schedule it, dude. Okay, you're down for this weekend? Say if you're down for this weekend, let's go. Let's do it. Because I want one of those right now, and I can't have one, so I'm gonna have one as soon as I possibly can. Because I'm a big fan of the burgers. The lunch lady at my school made mac and cheese with fried bologna chopped up in it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, dude. One of my favorite freaking snacks of all times is Kraft mac and cheese with cut up hamburgers in it, or hot dogs. I'm down whenever I'll go tomorrow. I can't go tomorrow unless they are open after 7 because I got to work till 7. Unless you can get unless we can get to Birmingham and then back to Huntsville and me to work by 10 a.m. But yeah, like I would freaking make just regular Kraft mac and cheese and chop up hot dog weenies and put in it and stir it up when it was like at the very end there when it's still hot and you're mixing the butter and milk and all that crap in there and then you cut it just simmer a little bit. You eat 2 of those? I don't believe it. There's no way. There's no freaking way. When's the last time you went though? Well, I don't know. I would probably at least attempt to eat 2 of those because it's like a whole. Dude, see, this is what I love about sandwiches. You got this like a full meal that you can just like hold in your hand. You got your bread and cereal group. You got your fruit and veggies on there. You got your meat, little dairy, milk and dairy going on. Wait, what am I missing? Because there's 4 food groups, right? Oh, and beer. No, SpaghettiOs with dude, right? Well, that's like, do you put like? Okay, you're probably gonna laugh, but I don't know how y'all say that, but we say Vienna sauce, or no, we say Vieners. They're the Vienna sausage, a can of Vieners and a pack of nabs. 2 burgers and cheese fries. That pick was 2 weeks ago. It's not very big. Oh, damn, I thought you pulled that off the internet. That was like you just had one of those not very long ago. But do you put Vieners in it, or do you just get like the SpaghettiOs with Frank's wieners? Because I can totally get down with that and some Viennas to some SpaghettiOs. No, but I was told a couple times in basic training that I was ate up as a soup sandwich by the drill sergeant. So, well, really only once when I got caught with a can of dip. like 2 weeks before we graduated. I was so scared getting smoked that I went up to like my best buddy that I had in basic, who incidentally was from Alabama, and all his friends and family, like back in the civilian world, called him Suge, and we all called him Bama. But I went up to him and was like, dude, I'm refusing. I'm gonna just refuse to train. I don't want to get smoked because this is gonna suck so fucking bad. He's like, man, we got 2 weeks left, and I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm not putting up, because we had asshole drill sergeants. They were assholes, and they never did anything, dude. Like, just like it never happened. It was the craziest thing I've ever heard, like seen or heard of the whole entire time I was in basic. Like, I never, like, the little people that did the littlest thing would get the shit smoked out of them. And a sloppy Joe. That's a soup sandwich. Is a sloppy Joe? Hell yeah, dude. That was my favorite meal when I was in the Army. Was the sloppy Joe. I'd get 2 sloppy Joes with American cheese and mayonnaise, and then a big old pile of fries with gravy on them. And that was like, we had that at least once a week, and I look forward to that every freaking week. That was the best thing they served in the daggum DFAC. But yeah, I dug sloppy joes growing up. Matter of fact, that was one of the kids when I worked at the school, like cooked at the school. That was like one of their favorite meals was sloppy joes. But when you're cooking for 300 kids, you make your own sloppy joe. It really wasn't that hard. I found the key to that sloppy joe flavored goodness is Worcestershire sauce. And then just a random mix of like ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, salt, pepper, garlic powder. It was probably different every time. Oh, SOS. Shit on a shingle. Chip beef on toast. That was another one of my favorites, and most people hated it. I freaking thought it was great. But they'd come up to you, drill sergeants come up to you, and they'd go like this. Hey, what the hell? What are you doing, man? How many fingers am I holding up? 8. What direction are they pointing? Up? Yeah, you're 8 up. Yeah, well, you're a freaking comedian. SOS, the only thing that still tasted right out of a Mermite. Oh, come on, man. You know them scrambled eggs tasted. Dude, this is when I seriously questioned my decision. It was still in basic training now. I didn't like make it very long before I was like, what the hell did you just do, dumbass? But it was on our final FTX, and it was cold as piss, because our FTX was in our final one was in like towards the end of December at Fort Benning, Georgia. It was cold as piss, and it was raining. And I was actually excited because, Papa Rhino sent a photo. I was excited because we were getting our hot meal of the day. Why they picked breakfast to be our hot meal of the day, I don't know. But I was all excited. I had my eggs and my grits, and I'm leaning up against a tree, and I'm looking down at my styrofoam plate with my eggs and my grits on it, and there's freaking rain dripping off my K-pot into my damn eggs and grits, and they're cold as piss already anyway. And I freaking took a big old spoonful and ate it, and I looked at my buddy, and I said, dude, what the hell did we do? He looked at me, and he said, we fucked up, man. I said, yeah, we did. And that shit came out of a Mermite cold as hell. I mean, by the time they dump it on your plate, by the time you get to wherever you're sitting, it's already cold. Bull crap. Oh, so simple, yet so elegant. And I don't believe a frickin' apple has ever made me more hungry. But that looks frickin' phenomenal. What knife did you do that with, Brother Rhino? Breakfast was the hot meal because it was easier to do first thing. Have me, yeah, that's how they explained it to me too, and I thought it was bullshit. But I'm gonna tell you what, daggum MREs, they give you what I call the calendar poop or the timeline shit or whatever you want to call it, because it wasn't that like it wasn't an embarrassment thing. It was like a lack of toilet paper thing. And after cutting like both sleeves off your t-shirt and turning it into a midriff, you pretty much run out of toilet paper, and then you got to go to your socks. And I didn't like wearing my boots without socks, and you're not supposed to anyway because you got to take care of your feet. But I wouldn't poop for like 3 or 4 days, and I did this one time, and I mean I literally I did not poop for freaking like 4 days, and when I finally did, it was like that freaking long, and it was a different color for every day that it that it had been inside. It got darker and darker, and or it got lighter and lighter because like the darker it's been in there, it's been stewing, it's been barbecuing for a while, but it was like dark to lighter to really light in sections. You could distinct sections. It was crazy. Oh, I yeah, I have too. And with the occasional hot meal, I mean, I had my favorites. And that's not why I like. I liked the what was it? The barbecue meatballs and rice. That was my favorite. I think that friggin' weird omelet thing in the ham loaf or whatever loaf was. I avoided those at all costs. But another reason I loved them is because once you got through with the little, I never used my heater because I was in a Bradley unit. I drove a Bradley. I'd put my MRE on the daggum inside the engine hatch and let it heat up, or right behind the freaking the heater that blew out into the hellhole. And so I never had to use my MRE heater, but I would take it and I'd crumble up little pieces of the gray stuff inside the heater and poke it down in the little Tabasco sauce bottle, put a little bit of water in it, put the cap on it, shake it up, throw it, and give it a few seconds. That some bitch said, "Pow!" And I would do that to the little like when the butter bars would come walking by, I'd toss it over there, and those son of a guns would hit the ground, dude. It would scare the shit out of them. The beef stew was okay. The freaking spaghetti was all right too, but I'm telling you, those the little barbecue pork meatballs or whatever and rice, that was my jam. I've never tried any of the new ones. Like we had the ones that still had those chewy ass like charms candies in it and the little um solid chocolate Mars bars that had turned kind of a grayish white. I think you were in a good bit before that. I don't know what they had in them back then. OTIP. I was like, this was mid '90s. Somebody I just saw. When the hell was it? Somebody, I think it might be Javon might have a mermite. It doesn't have the innards, but it's got the outer. It's either him or my old neighbor before I left SC. Well, and what you said there, the what you carried in, 85 to 94. Yeah, I went. You were getting out. Well, I guess you were probably in the hospital in 94, but so it wasn't like you were ETSing out or anything. But you were on your way out as I was on my way in. 94. Saw a guy on YouTube eating World War II sea rats. And I mean, I guess the things just don't go bad. I mean, freaking can in a can. I guess as long as there's no dent, there's no danger of botulism. Oh, wait, oh crap. Decent too? Oh, no, that's just I guess it was one of two because I don't see two. Where'd Papa Rhino go? Because I want to know what knife he used. Beer menu at Jack Brown's is right up your alley. That's all they have. Beer and burgers, bunch of stoners. So they have, they've got reefer too. Shane? Just, okay, you did answer. Just a 10-inch chef's knife. Like, well, I'm sure you probably work at a pretty upscale restaurant, judging by that. So, which I don't know. I've never worked at like a upscale restaurant, so I don't know what kind of chef's knives you guys used. Every place I ever worked, it was always those white plastic handled. I don't even remember the name brand of them, which they weren't bad because you could hit them on the sharpening steel, and oh Lord, dude, if only freaking pocket metal ate meat, man. Oh, that makes me hungry as hell. That's my kind of freaking grub anyway, because I'm a meat and taters kind of dude. Get up close. There we go. Oh, that looks delicious. And no, I've never had Wusthof. Yeah, no, I don't. That ain't the kind we use, because that's kind of a decent brand. Um, dude, that looks freaking amazing. What is that like? Is that some kind of mango chutney on chicken and mashed taters and slaw? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had decent resupply. And I'm sure we had mermite meals a lot more frequently than you did. And I had I had a ready-made bedroom because I could just lean the back of my driver's seat back, throw my K-pot under my head, and with my head in the hellhole, and stretch my legs out and be good to go. Oh, dude. All right, so we got some photos from Shane. This is the aforementioned burger that I'm dying to have. Oh, dude, yeah, that's totally my jam. Yeah, I could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in that joint. But they play good music too. And then this is Shane's buddy that introduced him to the place that unfortunately cancer took a year ago. Or I think he said around like Yeah, a year ago. I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss, Shane. That sucks, dude. He looks like a really cool dude. Jerk chicken, rice, cauliflower, and Jamaican slaw with fresh mango, habanero, and salsa. Freaking A, right, dude? I don't know what the hell it is about mango and habanero. That's a freaking perfect mix, but it is faux show, and I bet that's tastes amazing on some jerk chicken. Alrighty, good luck, O-tip. Riced cauliflower. So, healthy mashed taters. And I have never once eaten these like rice cauliflower or like the cauliflower buffalo wings. We ate there before a corn concert was my first time. Hell yeah. Freaking that had to have been an epic night. Kick ass burgers and then go see Corn. Jonathan Davis and company. I freaking hung out at a party that they threw in Bakersfield back in 95, 96, 96, 97 ish time frame. And their their love of Coors Light is 100% true because it was like a garage type deal we were hanging out in, and they had a refrigerator that was dedicated to adult refreshment, and it was well, they had two because one had like everybody else's beer and one had their beer, and that entire one fridge was full of silver bullets. His wife was an extremely high paid stripper. She traveled the world 5,000 a night plus her tips. The lady that was in the picture, she was a she was a hottie. I could see why she was this $5,000 a night stripper. I need to meet me a freaking high paid stripper. 5,000 a night, jeez. She'd be like, you don't mind dude seeing me naked? No, ma'am, not for 5,000 a night. I don't. Not one bit. Can you work a double next week? 10,000 a night. Clubs hired her to open new locations. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. Where does one meet a high paid stripper? I know where you can meet like high priced hookers, but I ain't. I'm good on that. But a high paid stripper, I'm other. Is there a website like a high paid strippermingle.com or something that we can go to and uh, meet high paid strippers.com? If you tell me they're on like the back page of Christian Mingle, I'm call you a damn liar because seen the meme that says the look you give the woman who ate nothing but flaming hot chips and drank Publix iced tea for the 9 months she was pregnant with you. Holy crap. No, but I feel like it's a pretty funny one. Although Publix wasn't around when I was pregnant with, so met her at some club. I bounced that when it opened. He, so we need to go to opening night at the strip joint to meet such a woman. I got no problem with that. And people be like, well, you spend a lot of time at the strip club. And I'm like, well, I'm building my future. Thank you very much. And if Marley says anything, I'll be like, look here, child, I'm trying to meet your future stepmother. Chill. And when you say bounced at, you mean like you had a little bounce in your step when you did your dance, right? Because we all know you was stripping at that club. Shane. I seen pictures. And I know that was you. It was a little bit blurry, but I know that was you on the pole. He didn't care that she stripped. He was very. I wouldn't care either. Not when she bringing in $5,000 a night. Hell no. I'd be like, go strip. Damn, go. You not naked yet? Hurry up. Damn. Hit it, woman. Want me to drive you? I'll pick you up too. I'll be 100% honest with you. I think I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've been to a strip club, because I'll be damned if I'm going to pay for something I ain't taking home. But one time I went and did I made several trips to that ATM in the strip club, but that was because there was one girl in there, and when you got a private dance from her, she'd do this thing with her mouth on your genital region that about put sex to shame. He worked for the Mercedes plant, big boss. Right on. He making plenty of money. She making plenty of money. They had plenty of money. What I'm saying is, I meet a $5,000 a night stripper. I'll drive her to work, pick her up from work. She can work extra days, whatever the hell. But yeah, somehow she would she'd put her mouth on your junk and do this rattling thing in her throat that I can't explain it. That's the closest I could come to explaining it. So I bought dance after dance after dance after dance. And when I got down to about like very little money in my bank account, that's when she made it known that, well, for such and such, I can leave this here establishment with you. And I'm like, well, goddamn, I don't have such and such anymore. I've got such, and all the other such went to you. And if you had told me about the other such before I got down to just the such, then you could have had the such and the such, and I could have had my dreams come true. What's up, brother Gavin? And we're not talking about anything at all off color and haven't been all night. At all. Never. Would not do that, brother Gavin. Promise you. I can't say promise because that'd be a lie, and I don't like to tell a lie. But we would not ever not talk about strippers or cream pies or Shane naked in a tub with his stepsister. And to be quite honest with you, I'm afraid that knives and our love of knives have taken a backseat to other topics of conversation tonight, and I'm greatly ashamed. Where is the South Carolina Mercedes plant? I swear I don't know. Didn't know that there was one. Most of mine did go to the other with the right. Well, like I handful of, because the time prior to the other time, I got kicked out for no damn good reason at all. It was one hell of a night. There was this little joint in Darlington, South Carolina, back then called Cromer's, and it was like a little. They had pizza and bar food and stuff, and then they had a bar. Well, me and my friend Chris went to Cromer's one night, and it was the middle of the week. Asked me why we would go to a bar in the middle of the week when we had to work the next day, and I will tell you because the bar was open outside of Charleston. Gotcha. But anyway, we get there, and my buddy Chris says, "Hey, man," he's like, "I'm just here to hang out. I ain't drinking, so you have a ball, drink whatever you want. I'm driving home, so you're safe. Everything's cool." And so I'm like, "Oh, heck yeah." So I go up to the bar, I come back, sit down on the table. I got 2 pitchers of beer, and I set them down, and Chris reaches out to grab one. I was like, "No, sir." I said, "These are mine." I said, "Oh, no, you go get your own, man." I'm drinking straight out the pitcher, having a good old time. Finish the pitchers, go up to the bar. I'm like, I'm ready for a liquor drink now. I'm primed up, ready to go. I get up there, and there's a new bartender, and she fixes my drink, and she's like, "Hey, I got a question for you. If I make drinks, because I want to practice my drink making, if I make these drinks out of this book, will you drink them?" And I said, "Are these drinks free?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Does the Pope shit in the woods?" And she said, "I don't think so." I said, "Well, that's my way of saying, yes, I will drink whatever you give me." So she's steady mixing drinks, slinging them at me, and I'm drinking them down. And in the meantime, I look up and I notice she's wearing this little button that says sober driver on it, and which I think is hilarious. I'm like, "You're the bartender, you're sober driver. Okay, I get it. Can I have that pen?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, if you just keep drinking these drinks I making and be my guinea pig, yeah, I'll give it to you." And I was like, "Done. As much as it pains me to have to drink free alcohol, done. I will do it just for that pen." Well, she takes off the pen, she gives it to me, I button it to my shirt, and I keep drinking. And I'm probably like, I don't know, a bunch of drinks into her little training class when my buddy Chris comes up behind me, reaches over and drops the keys to the truck in front of me on the bar and says, "Hey, little Carl just came in. I hadn't seen him in a minute. I'm going to go hang out with him. You can have the truck. You take it home." I'm like, "Dude, you told me you were driving. I'm 15 sheets to the wind right about now. What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." Well, what I didn't mention earlier is that this is not just any truck. This is our work truck. This is the truck that is owned by our boss that we drive for work purposes. And we are at a bar now, and I'm going to have to drive home in a inebriated state. Well, my buddy Pat is sitting next to me, and Pat, it just so happens, is a city cop. And so I'm like, "Well, dude, if anybody knows what I should do, it's Pat. He's a cop. He knows the law. He knows." I said, "Pat, dude, I'm drunk. Chris just gave me the keys. I've got to drive the truck home. What do I do?" He said, "Well, don't get caught." Jesus. Well, I make my way from the bar over to this table where some friends of mine are sitting, and they're sitting around having a good time. So I like, well, they're having fun. I'm not having so much fun anymore because now I'm scared. I'm going to go sit with these guys, so maybe I can start having fun again. So I go sit down with them. I start having fun. I drink more and start having more fun. And then they're like, "Hey, so we're going to the trophy club, like right now, if you want to meet us there." And which the trophy club is the little, which is called the Cheetah now, but it was the little local strip club, which you were lucky if the dancers like top and bottom matched. Usually it'd be like some flowery drawers with like a black lace bra or what. It wasn't a great it wasn't a great club. Elijah Dickens video is at 4.5 thousand. Holy crap. I don't know. Sounds like whatever you did, or your tactics with that video were spot on. So if that's what you want, switch tactics. Make a video about Taylor Swift or some nonsense. I'm sure it'll get tons of clicks. That house good, dude. It is. I'm telling you, man. Which that Elijah Dickens video wasn't dumb at all. I mean, I'm not saying that Brother Gavin's saying it was, but I guess because it was a hot topic, people see the the name and the title, they're going to click on it, and I guess basically it was unintentional clickbait. You're putting out a video you want to put out, and there's a hot topic. So maybe do that. Make a video on Hot Topic. Everybody loves that store. But anyway, so the more hydrated I got, the better idea it seemed to drive to the strip club. So I get in the work truck, drive to the strip club, get to the strip club, lock the door, get out, shut the door, go to head in, and oh shit, realize I'd locked the keys in the damn truck. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to have a good time. I ain't worried about them damn keys. I'll worry about it when I come out. So I go in, me and my buddies get a table. We're sitting there. We're watching some very awkward girls with obvious daddy issues wearing mismatched lingerie, uncoordinatedly dance on stage, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And this one girl keeps coming up to me. Well, she comes up and she was like, hey, you want a private dance? And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm chilling with my friends, drinking a beer, watching the girls on stage. She's like, well, I'll cut your deal. I was like, no, I mean, I'm good. Well, she leaves. A few minutes later, she comes back and she says, she's like, well, look, man, I'll give you that private dance for half price. I'm like, no, look, I'm having a good time. I ain't here trying to spend money on that. Whatever little bit of money I got, I'm going to spend on beer and hanging out with my buddies and watching the girls on stage. When she comes back another time, and she comes back 2 or 3 more times. Like the 5th time, she's like, look, I'll give you 2 prices. I'll give you 3 I'll give you 3 dances for the price of 1, and you can have them consecutive, like back to back. And by then I'm fed up. I'm irritated at her. I said, damn it. I said, I wouldn't buy a dance from your skanky ass if it was free. Well, she gets mad and she storms off. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm just like, screw her. I didn't do nothing wrong. I just stood up for myself. Damn it. She's trying to take advantage of me. Well, next thing I know, the big old bouncer dude comes up and he's like, sir, I'm gonna have to escort you out because you touched the dancer. I said, dude, I ain't touched no damn dancer. I said, that bitch is just pissed because I wouldn't buy a dance from her slutty ass. He leans over and he's like, look, dude, I know you probably didn't touch her, but I work here. It's my job. Look, I ain't gonna lay a hand on you if you'll just walk out willingly. I was like, hey, you ain't gonna get no damn argument from me, man. I'm tired of this place anyway. So I walk out, get outside, go to my truck or my work truck, and I have totally forgotten that I locked my keys in until I go to pull up the handle and it's locked. And I'm like, dadgummit. So there's this little security guard. And when I say security guard, it's just this little older retired fella sitting in a chair up against the wall that's probably there just to call the cops in case anything happens. I go up to him. I'm like, hey, man, I said, you got a coat hanger I can borrow to get my truck unlocked because I locked my keys in. I got kicked out. I said, I'm a little pissed off. I'm ready to go home. He's like, yeah, I got one. He goes, he gets me a coat hanger. Well, I'm trying to unlock the daggum door, and I'm way too drunk to be trying anything with like motor skills as fine as that. And finally, I give up. I pull the daggum coat hanger out. I'm standing there. I'm like, dadgummit, I don't know what to do. Well, one of the dancers comes out the front door. I'll run up to her because this is like mid 2000. It's like the year 2000, not mid 2000s, but middle of the year 2000. So cell phones were not as common as they are nowadays. I didn't have one. I go running up to the dancer. I'm like, hey, do you have a cell phone I can borrow? And she's like, yeah. And she hands it to me. So I call my friend Chris, who left me hanging at Cromer's anyway. And it's like probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. He answers the phone. He's all groggy. He's like, oh, what's up? Hello. I was like, dude, I said, I locked the keys in the truck. I said, can you come get me? He's like, I don't have a vehicle. How am I going to come get you? Well, he lived in a duplex, and in the other side of the duplex was our friend Tori and Crystal lived. But I knew Crystal wasn't there, but I knew Tori was, and Tori's cool as hell. Me and her buddies. I said, dude, just go next door. Tell Tori that I'm stranded here at the Trophy Club. She'll bring you up here, or just tell her and she'll come get me. I'm not going to wake her up. It's 4 a.m. He hangs the phone up. Like, dang it. I call him back. I'm like, dude, you got to come get me. I said, look here, man. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm drunk as hell. I'm pissed off. I'm sitting here on this hooker's phone, and I hear her, and I look up and I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. This damn stripper's phone. And I was like, okay, I'm on this dancer's phone and I need a ride home. He hangs up on me again. By then I'm good and pissed off. So I just walk up to the truck, punch the glass out of the side door, like out of the door. And then the poor little security guard, he comes running up and he's like, oh my gosh. I open the door and I'm going to get in and he's like trying to brush the glass out. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. He's like, man, I don't want you to get cut or nothing. I hold up my arm and it's like pouring blood. I was like, I'm already bleeding, man. So I freaking jumped in the daggum truck. I get like a mile down the road. And for some reason, I looked down. I had to pull over because I started laughing so damn hard. I pull off the side of the road, and all I could think when I looked down and saw myself was what the cop is going to think when he pulls over this truck and then walks up and sees this dude drunk as hell, covered in blood, with a damn sober driver pin on. And I mean, it freaking knocked my giggle box over. And I sat there for probably like 20 minutes and just laughed before I could pull back on the road and get back home. And then so I get home. I get home at like 4:35 in the morning. We have to be at work at 7. He wakes me up. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to work. I feel like shit. Well, he goes out to get in the truck, comes back. He's like, what happened to the window? I said, man, just tell Johnny was our boss. I said, just tell Johnny somebody threw a rock through it and busted the damn window out. He gets home that evening and he's like, hey, man, Johnny says you owe him $200 for that window. And why the hell did you rat me out? Well, there was blood everywhere. I said, I don't care. You could have made something up. Anyway, then I pay the money. And in South Carolina, if you have full coverage, which he did on a company vehicle, you get 2 freaking free glass a year. So he really didn't have to pay nothing. I paid him $200 for just principle, I guess. Bastard. I only been in a strip club 2 times ever before I became a male smith. Then I just I wound up making costumes for strippers out of it. What? Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Ma'am, I'm sorry, my tape slipped off your boobie. I'm gonna have to measure that again. Yeah, I would not want to be in a committed relationship with a stripper, and not because of her, just the drama that would come with it. All the dudes, like, them dudes be falling in love in the strip club. Like the song says, I'm in love with a stripper. Yeah, you damn right. And I was spending money. I was buying beer. Just wasn't spending money on her. And it was towards the end of the night anyway, and she'd made her fair share. She was getting greedy is what it was. She ought to have been tired already. Why don't you just walk around and take a break for the rest of the night? You ain't got to dance. Well, O-tip, that might explain why the wife gets aggro. She might still be pissed off about all the time you spent with strippers. She'd be in there daggum watching something on TV, and all of a sudden, I don't know, they say, well, come to such and such strip mall, and she hears the word strip. She's like, that son of a bitch was measuring strippers. Next thing you know, O-tip's like, be right back. Wife's aggro. Dude, which I not know Mo, haven't in quite a while, but I'm like a drama magnet, I swear, man. No, she wasn't flirting with me. She wanted money, and I didn't want to spend it. I don't know. I was just picking with you. O-tip. That would be funny though. Freaking years later, like some dude that had some stripper related jobs, wife was like all cool with it while he was doing it, and then years later, literally years later, suddenly she gets these flashbacks. She gets all pissed off. That son of a he saw strippers naked. But funny story, the time I went when the girl could do amazing things with her mouth on your special no-no spot, I was married as well. And matter of fact, I was at the strip club with my betrothed. So there was that. Can you hear me now? My solar plexus, I guess, turned my mic switch off. And glitter is the herpes of craft supplies. But what I was saying is I currently smell of stripper powder and glitter, and if you've ever used any car cleaning or car care products from the chemical guys, they used to have a car freshener called stripper juice that smells it smells just like a strip club. And it was my favorite like air freshener when I was Ubering for multiple reasons. One, it just smelled good. Two, it smelled like a strip club. And three, I was waiting for the reaction from somebody when they got in the car and be like, "Did you just come from a strip club?" But it smelled like it was like baby powder, vanilla, cinnamon, and bubblegum, or so. I don't know. That's the only thing the smells I got out of it. So, and do any of you guys have any humorous tales of strip clubs or it's a very distinct smell? It is. I mean, you can't like literally if somebody had taken the stuff and sprayed it and I smelled it, I'd been like, "Oh, it smells like a strip club." Like if I hadn't known the name of it, but I bought it thinking, "Oh, it's nice. It's going to smell like whatever." But no, it legit smelled like a straight up strip club. And not just a strip club, because I was in very close proximity that last time I went to a establishment of that sort with that one specific dancer, because she was I'm gonna be honest, I might have fallen, even though I was married, I might have fallen in love a little bit, but she, dude, like she reeked of that aroma. I mean, which it has to be. There's got to be some sort of body spray or something they use because it all smells the same. It's like Disney World, their own cocktail, right? And I can't. I mean, I'm wondering, is it a combination type thing? Like when you go to the movie theater and you smell like stale popcorn, butter, salt, already chewed bubble gum, and soda and sweat and unclean people type deal, or is it a specific uh, scent that they wear? 2 times Mons Venus in Tampa, and I can't remember the name of the other one. I can remember. Okay, so I can't remember the name of the one I went to in Columbus, Georgia. That was like, it was off post, obviously, but that was the one my good buddy from Alabama that we called Bama, who everybody that knew him in his regular life called Suge, got drunk at, and it was a totally without clothing type establishment, and the girls danced on the bar in front. It was like a naked Coyote Ugly, like they was butt naked, and they were on the bar in front of you, and the girl did her little like squat down and swing her hair around move, and he thought it was a good idea to poke the bear and went boop and got us all thrown out. And then there was the one that we went to in Tijuana, and I know the name of it. It was called freaking Papas and Beer. I didn't see a single freaking potato in that place, but anyway, and they danced on like a pool table sized. This one was it was another very strange experience. They danced on a pool table sized stage, and there was chairs around the stage, but they were facing away from the stage with the backs of the chairs up against the stage. And I was like, what in the world? Like, why would you? They can't see you turn that way. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any kind of sense. Well, this place, it started out basically, I guess they threw their bench players in first and slowly worked their way up to the starters, because the first couple of girls were, it was they weren't good. And then they got better and better, and finally, I guess like the star of the show came out and was doing her thing, and all of a sudden I noticed people going up to the stage, and they would sit in the chairs and they would lean backwards with the back of their heads on the stage and put their dollars in their mouth, and the girl would with her, she'd pick the dollar up out of their mouth, and all of a sudden my buddy Troy, one of my Army buddies who's sitting next to me, he jumped up and he said, I'm going down there. I was like, no, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't know what just don't do it. But he did it. And he comes back, and I'm trying to put this delicately. Like, he did the whole dollar bill thing, and I had to look away, and then he came back up, and I said, dude, did it smell bad? He said, I don't know what it smelled like, but it tasted good. Oh, geez. I said, well, I ain't never drinking after you again, dude. They couldn't even, see, bump that, man. That's rotten. You got to interact with them to a certain extent, not interact where like this place, like Troy's interaction. I'm not that kind of interaction. Just, make eye contact and hand them her stuff up, but not well, that one. Okay. So that was, pop us some beer, and then I don't remember the name of the one in San Luis Obispo that I went to, but I got kicked out of that one for throwing up under the table. And it wasn't, well, so we were at another bar drinking, and then we had gone outside, and then I went back in the bar, and I walked up to like, the bar was weird, and there was like this window or whatever, and I walked up to order a drink, and the lady was like, "Did you order a Crown and Coke?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I don't even drink Crown. I don't like Crown and Coke." She's like, "Well, this one's free because whoever ordered it never came back to get it." I was like, "All right, cool." So I grabbed it and chugged it down, and like I said, I don't like Crown and Coke. Well, it didn't sit well on the other stuff that I'd previously drank. So by the time I got to the strip club, we sat down at the table, and the girl comes out to dance. I'm like, my stomach is churning, and I'm like, it's got to go somewhere. And I'm looking around like nobody's looking, so I just kind of lean under the table and like let it go, because it wasn't like I'm drunk throw up. It was like, what, the last thing I drank didn't sit well. This stuff's got to come up so I can drink some more. So I under the table, and as I'm like leaning back up, there's a bouncer coming towards me, and he's like, "I know you just didn't puke under my table." And me being the smart ass that I am, I was like, "Have you seen the girls in here, dude?" So I ended up getting booted out of that one, and not allowed back in, but I don't remember the name of it. And then Derriere's at the beach and the Trophy Club in Florence, and that's the extent of my strip club experience. Eric West, what's happening, brother? It's good to see you, man. How are you doing tonight? The other was with my husband, and it was like, see, like I said, I went to that one at the beach with, I was married at the time, and me and my wife went. I had a blast. And I think she did too. I'd call her and ask her at some point if you'd like, but I'm pretty sure she had a decent time. We had a great time once we got back to the freaking motel room that night. Places around Gainesville, Cafe Risque and Cafe Erotica that serve pretty good food too. Oh, well, then that brings up another place, and I don't remember what it's called, but I think it's pretty sure it's on 95 going north. Like once you cross into North Carolina, it's a strip club like burger joint. I did go to that one and I was actually we was working. We were going up north I was working for a sign company. I was the sign crew foreman. I drove and operated the crane truck, and I had a crew of one dude who was actually my brother-in-law, and he wanted to stop at this because there's signs like Topless Cafe. I think I'm like, shoot, let's do it. So we went and we're sitting there eating burgers, watching chicks dance on this little stage. It was very odd, but yeah, you don't normally think of, food and strip clubs going hand in hand, but apparently you run across the rare gem that has a nice menu, which this one was just, like burgers and stuff like that, but they were good burgers, I think. Really wasn't paying much attention to my food. The one you're talking about, the Cafe Erotica, or the one I'm talking about? Because I've just been to the one, but I know I'd seen signs for other ones, but it was like, and they all said look pretty much the same, pretty bland. Maybe black with yellow lettering, or black with, I don't know. I think they were black with yellow lettering, and they were like, what? Dude, is it the Cafe Risk? It is. I think that's the same freaking joint I went to. Are we talking about the same place, dude? I mean, not the same exact building, but the same Cafe Risque. Dude, I think that's it. Holy crap. And it's like Topless Diner or something. Dude, I think, oh my gosh, I don't think there's any in South Carolina though, but or maybe there is, but they're all close to the border, because it's like the Bobo and the Wawa Spa. Those are like those type massage establishments where you're got a particular bounce in your step when you leave. Yep, that's it, dude. That is it. And it's like just a plain, yeah, dude. You're my hero right now, Garen, because I've been trying to remember the name of that place for freaking years. Because this was like back in 2003 ish time frame. That's it. That's it. Holy crap! I went to the Cafe Risque and had a burger and watched boobies bounce with my brother-in-law coworker while on the clock. But I mean, when else are you? Yeah, but or maybe it said nude cafe, but I swear it said topless cafe. But they was definitely butt naked, and I wondered if they were the ones that cooked my food. I don't know why I thought that. I can remember sitting there eating the hamburger, watching them going. I wonder if did she cook my burger? Because if so, she's probably got little grease burns all over her. Poor girl, just trying to make some college money. That's all. Either that or deal with her daddy issues. One of the two. Either way, poor soul. Warner Robins, Georgia, which I lived close-ish or grew up close-ish to Warner Robins. Not like super close, but I grew up in Marietta. But I can remember Warner Robins because I was like, oh, that's got my last name, Uncle Warner. I really don't even have an Uncle Warner, nor am I related to anybody that I know of in Warner Robins. But now that from midnight to 7 a.m. had a nude waitress. So this was like definitely like midday. This was lunchtime when we went. But so now I'm thinking I might have to go visit Warner Robins, Georgia sometime between the hours of midnight and 7 a.m. just to see what's shaking at the Cafe Risque. I want to check out their menu, what it is. You know what I'm saying. You can't fault me for that, right? See how good their burgers are in the middle of the night. And you sound very brother freak. What's happening? How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you, brother. You sound very educated on the comings and goings of the Cafe Risque, Garen. Might need to get you to write down some notes for me. But yeah, about an hour north of where I was living in South Carolina is in Marion, South Carolina, is the good old Wawa salon where one can. Yeah, it was like a naked truck stop restaurant type deal. They definitely had showers and such, which led me to believe that there were other things that went on behind the scenes after you finished your meal and they finished dancing on stage that you could possibly get friendly and get to know one another in a biblical sense. Not that I did. I honestly did not. I did not ever participate in prostitutional type activity, except for the time we went to Amber Nights in Columbus, Georgia when I was in basic, but it's because that's where the taxi driver took us. And I was just tipping the lady because she was dancing so good. And the next thing I know, she was sending me across the street to the gas station to buy balloons. and I'm looking for the Cafe Risque as we speak. I think one of the owners is a pro wrestler. Dude, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm going to the website now or looking for it. There's if it has anything to do with the Warner Robins area, there's a lot of pro wrestlers living in and around the Metro Atlanta area. Trying to think of the one. Well, I know Ricky Steamboat lived really close to the house I grew up in. And Chris Benoit did as well. And there was a couple other. Oh, I remember what it was when I was working at the grocery store. Teddy Long came in, asked me to borrow a nickel for the payphone, and so I gave him a nickel. And then later on, when he got off the phone, I grabbed one of the little deposit slips from one of the registers, and it was like, "Hey man, can I have your autograph?" And so he signed, "Thanks for the nickel, Teddy Long." Which was pretty nifty. But there was more. I can't remember. Oh, Joe Pedicino. I don't know. He was an announcer. And what the heck was her? Becky Blackheart, I think, was his wife's name. She was like a ring girl or some crap. But I went to church with them. There was one in Waldo, but the churchgoers closed it down. Those pesky churchgoers closing down fine establishments of frivolity such as the Cafe Risque. They had good food, man. So it's a good, clean establishment. They have a sign outside, apparently, that says, "If you have been drinking or doing drugs, etc., we do not want your business. Please come again." So they keep the riffraff out. What the hell? Huh? This is awesome. The signs in and of themselves are freaking amazing. This is great, dude. This sign says, "Gentlemen, please consider this!" Exclamation point. "For the amount of our cover charge, try to approach a beautiful lady on the street or in Kmart, etc., and ask her to get totally naked and dance for you for hours. She might slap you and probably call the police. We think our cover charge is a bargain. Come on in." This is great, dude. "Before you enter, we have strict behavior policies. We'd rather not, but surely you know the result if we don't. We ask you to be a gentleman. Enjoy yourself. Thanks." Oh, this is priceless, man. And, hey, try going asking a chick at Kmart to take her clothes off, man. Now you think our cover charge is high? Cheap bastard. There's the... Huh. Hey, well, it's all inclusive. Well, this is our good friend Garen's. Probably sounds right around his neighborhood. I-75, exit 374. Word I cannot pronounce, Florida. McCanopy? My Canopy. It's my canopy, not yours. Welcome, ladies, couples, showers, parking, CDL. So where they said, do they give a discount if you're a truck driver? This is a great place. Dude, every town needs one of these, for real. They took a page from the Burma Shave signs, right? This place is freaking awesome, dude. Do they have T-shirts? I'm gonna need a T-shirt. That is a must. That is a freaking must. Oh, there's a straight up picture of their bathroom right there. Look at this. You go away. Look at that. This was a Google search result was a picture of their bathroom. Cafe Risque. Check out our clean facilities. Micanopy. Okay. So not my canopy. Micanopy. It's not your canopy, it's my canopy. But remember the song Seminole? Yeah. Blow, blow, Seminole wind. Oh, all the way down to Micanopy. Yeah, I gotcha. That makes sense. So I wonder if John Anderson kicked it at the old Cafe Risque. Huh. The owner is it's got reviews. All right, we about to read some reviews on the old Risque. Urgent Rewinds gives it solid 5 stars. Where to start, or where to even start? Well, first off, food was beyond amazing. They definitely know how to make a rare bacon cheeseburger. Merchandise was priced fairly. The girls were absolutely adorable, professional, and very sweet. Made us feel very welcome. Showers were definitely a plus for truckers, and unlike most gentlemen's clubs I've been to, this place was very clean and tidy. I'll without a doubt be back, and if you're ever visiting Florida, don't hesitate to check this place out and give it a shot. See you, lovely ladies, next time. Thank you. People write reviews. People are writing reviews for they have T-shirts. Well, I'm seeing tank tops, but I'm down. Okay. Van Riper. Garen, if I see a review from you, dude, it's going to make my freaking night. I was passing by town and decided to drop by here. Wasn't expecting much as it was a weekday afternoon. Man, oh man, was I lucky. There were a couple of pretty girls, but then there was this complete stunner who was so beautiful. I had a really wonderful time with her. She was the best and really smart too. Yeah, you went for her intelligence, didn't you, dude? That's what struck you. That was when she came out on the stage. You were like, man, that girl's smart. Damn. Hey, baby, what's like 37 times 52? I want to go back now. Management is very friendly too. Oh God. that was from Van Reaper. And now we got Starla Hogan. Starla Hogan says, we stopped by here on our way home from Florida once. I had a great time, and I think my boyfriend had a good time watching me have a good time, even though it was in a private room. So hot. Hubba. But check out the reviews, or at least the reviews when we went were hilarious. He said she was fat. I said she was perfect. Me and my boyfriend have different tastes in women. What the dickens, dude? Oh, right on, O-Tip. Hell yeah. Everybody go check out O-Tip's latest video that he just dropped. And that's not a shameless plug, dude. That's just not even a plug. That's just that's community news, brother. And this is community news too. This is Daniel Diaz. This place is amazing. I'm a driver and I stopped by at around 2:45 in the morning. Immediately Damn, he throws the chick's name in there. Immediately, Lenny came up to me and started a convo. She asked if I wanted to dance before she had to leave for the night, and one song turned to four. She was drop dead gorgeous and amazing as a dancer. Normally, one would call it a night. However, the last girl there, Ricky, gave me an amazing private dance as well. Two beautiful ladies made my night. Well, and dare I say, month. Jeez, old Daniel Diaz stuck around for a minute. Been a tough year, boys, but come on in and have an amazing time with these two beautiful ladies. So what you're saying about the girls being generally very friendly is not a it's not an exaggerate. Well, we have a bad review, guys. We have a bad freaking review. We have unfortunately a bad review of the old Risque Cafe Risque. We bear all, so you don't have to. Carrie West says, had to do 1 star. Normally I would do 5 stars, but last night was a joke. My man and I went in and no girls came up to us till I stayed in our semi. Then they all came up to him. So guess you guys don't want the extra money. I was wanting a lap dance as well. You need to teach your girls how to go up to couples as well. I'm sorry to hear that, Carrie. I will definitely give our girls a stern talking to. Tell them next time they see a couple, they better go just straight up to you and drop trowel. Gustavo Soto says, impressed how much parking they have. Yes, impressed how much parking they have for semi-drivers. Very good. Thumbs up emoji. I actually stopped to eat, and I get the best burger I had probably eaten in months. Very good prices and menu in general. Waitress and cashier at front wasn't very friendly, but at least restrooms were clean. Ladies gentle and classy. They have showers 24/7, and I believe if you drive a truck, you don't have to pay cover, and ladies came in for free as well. I was driving a regular vehicle, so I paid $7 to get in. I believe that was really good in overall. Definitely a place you want to stop. And I remember now, since I was driving technically a CDL required, her CDL license required vehicle, we got in for free because yes. Let's see, Gustavo. Another 1-star review. Nakadi says, not what it used to be. Been stopping here for about 8 years when I passed through. Last couple times I've been very disappointed. This time was awful. Guys, I don't know if I can get through this next line. Girl was eating wings while dancing on stage. Wasn't even approached for about 10 minutes after I got there, and that was the waitress, and that's it. Not one other girl said boo. These girls must not want. The girl was dancing on stage eating wings. See that girls even helped me pick out. Garen had nothing but good experiences. This guy, Nakati, he was not happy with his last trip because girl was on stage dancing, eating chicken wings. He wasn't even approached for about 10 minutes after he got there, and that was the waitress. I'm not sure if he's saying the waitress was naked on stage dancing, eating chicken wings, or what, but he ends it with shaking my head. That is deplorable. Fun place. Girls are super nice. I find the better looking girls tend to work the days overnights, but they're friendly and make you feel welcomed at all hours. Well, what's going on, Brother Gene and or Sister Kayla? How are y'all doing? If I wasn't watching this, I would be playing World of Warcraft or reading. You would probably be better off playing World of Warcraft or reading than watching me read reviews of the Cafe Risque naked hamburger joint / truck stop. But I'm getting a good good laugh out of it. Da, da, da. Oh, this one, 5 stars, and they've got some favorites. First time here, and I'm hooked. One Anonymous says, Athena and Mila were my favorite for it being my first time and didn't have much time. Good food and beautiful woman and friendly professional staff. Perfect place to take a break and enjoy life. And the women here are definitely make you feel good. The perfect place to take a break and enjoy life, and the women here definitely make you okay. And the women here definitely make you feel good. They actually sit with you and conversate, and I see them giving everyone attention. Great spirit. They make some guys that are or look unattractive. They make some guys that are or look unattractive. They'll reach out to them and treat them like everyone. So what Juan Anonymous is saying, if you fugly, they gonna make you feel like you a good looking feller. So they'll reach out and treat them like they'll treat you just like the good looking guys. They'll treat you like if you ugly, they will treat you just like everyone else. They do not treat you differently than everyone. That's good to know. I like seeing them care for the. So Juan basically had he really it warmed the cockles of his heart to see these girls being so nice to ugly fellas. So because can't everybody be as hot as Juan Anonymous? You know, he don't have that problem. He don't have to worry about going into strip clubs and ever have one of the dancers treat him like an ugly fella. She treats him just like all the other normal people in the world. That's good. Also, Cassandra and Heidi, they must have come in after he typed out the review. Oh shit, Cassandra and Heidi too. Dang, they did me up good. Enjoyed it. They treated me just like I was pretty like the other fellers. Seems like most of the bad reviews are from females. Ruth Klassen says, I didn't love it. Live in Gainesville, so decided why not. My man never been. My man never been. All right, I'm gonna have to do it. I didn't love it. Live in Gainesville, so decided why not. My man never been. The girl was barely moving. Music was $50 for lap dance each, and we had to have put hands behind our head, and that's it. And did she talk so much during the dance about her parents and all this and that? I was so disappointed. I wanted it to be good so bad. I'll have to make it to Orlando one day and have real fun. Only commenting on one night we went, but never again. Just my opinion. My man never been. I decided why not. Just for shits and giggles. A lot more shits than giggles, though, apparently. Somebody gets called out. The old Risque themselves called bullshit on this person's review. Management has favorites, and particularly the female manager. Well, she told me she was a manager, won't hire new entertainers, but in my eyes, there ain't a damn punctuation nowhere in any of this. Management has favorites, and particularly the female manager. Well, she told me she was a manager, won't hire new entertainers, but in my eyes, people are entertaining here. They are sitting around and being lazy. This is obviously a place for tricks. I wouldn't come to this establishment. The girls just sit around, and I don't see no one get on the pole. I'm confused because the Cafe Risque owner comments and says, says, we don't sell beer or wine, nor do we have a bartender. Unless they must have edited, but it doesn't say edited, but I thought they was calling them out. Like, I thought this was going to be good, but it's just a big, long run-on sentence about apparently I see what's going on here. Some ugly girl went in trying to get a job. They turned her down because she was ugly, even though the girls that work there will talk to ugly dudes like they're just regular guys. Old girl too ugly to get a job, got butthurt and wrote a bad review. and said it's a place for tricks. But still, dude, risque owner, she ain't said nothing about a pole nor a bartender. Or said something about a pole, but she didn't say nothing about beer, wine, or bartender. Thomas Buster says women are free to get in if you're a male CDL driver. It's $5. Not bad. Food was good. Only problem was mine and my wife's chicken was burnt, but they refixed it for us. Thanks, and we will be back one day. People do not believe in punctuation. Heather Bunton says my hubby and I went for a fun retreat. My hubby and I went for a fun retreat and good lunch for our anniversary. We were happily greeted by a woman named Cherry, I think, who gave us the rundown. Or the runaround. We don't know. Since we were a couple, my hubby had to pay a $5 cover charge, and I got in free. Woo! We walked in. It's dark, and I would have expected it to be quieter on a random Monday before noon. But nay, there were many patrons and about 5 gorgeous girls working. Everyone was friendly. Our waitress Feisty had such a fun attitude and was very accommodating. Our food came. Everything was hot and very good, although we were definitely distracted by all the eye candy around us. They sell eye candy there too. All of the girls were pretty and delightful. We had a great time with Gypsy watching her pole show. And we'll definitely be back. Did I also mention that she is gorgeous with big doe eyes and lots of energy? Couples and singles, don't hesitate to go. It's totally worth it and lots of fun. Well, yeah, I know from and not going, but well, I did go to the Derrieres at the beach, but was it the Gold Club? One of the clubs in Atlanta is full nude, and you can take your own booze and buy cups of ice and sodas, but they can't sell it. But no, I'm just wondering why she said the owner even mentioned that because it's in response to the review, but the girl Queen X, I don't know, Queen-X, I need some Queen-X for my nose. I got to running awful bad and I need to sneeze. Queen-X Towns didn't say nothing about beer, wine, or a bartender, but the risque owner made a point to say something about it. Oh, we got a 4-star. What constitutes a 4-star? Great place to do a break. My dogs like the area to play. Found a pit bull friend to kick it with. Strippers, food, showers, and a great place to get some R&R. Okay. That's odd. Stopped to park for the night on my way home. Had dinner last night and breakfast this morning. The food was good. Very good coffee. The girls were beautiful and service was excellent. Thanks. Succinct, to the point. Had a great time. I highly recommend that you go. You will have the most fun you can have in adult entertainment. That's a pretty bold statement there, my friend. You will have the most fun you can have in adult entertainment. Adult entertainment covers a wide gambit and various differing types of fun. I'm wondering what kind of cafe risque old Ronald went to, because the one I went to, I would not say is the most fun you can have in adult entertainment, because I feel there's more fun to be had out there in adult entertainment than what I had at the risque, eating a cheeseburger and watching a naked girl dance on stage. Just saying. Othello Tyrant, what's happening? My experience with strip clubs, your wallet gets fucked, but you don't get laid. That's what I'm saying. Remember one party, I woke up in someone else's shirt, and my brother had a broken collarbone from diving into a hot tub. Never been to a nude joint though. I can remember waking up in a hot tub, and my brother broke his collarbone from diving into someone else's shirt. It definitely isn't dark in there. No, the one I went to wasn't dark either. That's one hell of a night right there, and never going to a nude club. Well, it's good to see you, Othello, and I hope you have a kick-ass day at work. Don't work too hard because don't nobody get paid enough to work too hard. They don't mind if a woman comes in by herself. I mean, why would they? That's just a dumb statement right there, Gretchen Guster, who has 19 reviews up under her belt, and treats her with respect and very nice and friendly. And don't let the other customer be rude or whatever. So there was only one other customer in there when you were there, huh? Or whatever, to the female customers. Been there a few times. We'll go back. Good food, period. Not a lot of gifts as they wear out. Maybe next time they will have restocked. Well, Gretchen, my advice to you is go take you a reading comprehension and English grammar and other such type things classes, and learn the difference between where and we're and will and wheel, which that's not really one that people screw up too many times. Very often, I don't think we will and we wheel. I've been driving by this place for years and never stopped in until last week. This is Tom Higdon. I got to say, I loved it. And my waitress / dancer, Alice, that's a very tame name. She deserves all the accolades a guy can dish out. Well, how many accolades can a guy dish out, Tom? Great wings served me by the same girl that gave me a lap dance. What else could a guy ask for? Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. There is not a whole lot more that a guy could ask for than great wings served to you by the same girl that gave you a great lap dance. And then he finishes it with, this Bama boy will definitely be back. Shane Gables, were you at the damn Cafe Risque, sir? Was Alice eating freaking chicken wings on stage while she was dancing? Last time you were pissed off about it. Now you're all happy. Time for all normal people. Josh Worth. Oh my God. What is up, brother Josh? The thunder from down frickin' under. You can have a better time at the midnight, but that's what I'm saying. He's talking about this is the best time you can have. Not it was the best time of one of the best times ever. It is the best time, the most fun you can have in adult entertainment. You can't have any more fun than what he experienced. Do you all know what time it is? 3:55 a.m. right here, Central Daylight Savings Time or whatever. All right, Brother Gene and or Sister Kayla, and I'm assuming it's Brother Gene. But you take care, my friend. Love you, dude. You have a great day. Get you a couple hours of sleep and hit it hard in the morning. Take care, my friend. Michael D says, first off, cover charge is very affordable for a CDL driver. I'm under the impression that CDL drivers get in for free, so you're damn right it's affordable, jackass. Food is better than what you get at your big three truck stops, and at comparable pricing for what you pay at Iron Skillet or Country Pride. Shower was very hot water with naked girls everywhere. So the shower has very hot water with good water pressure. There's parking for about 30 trucks on site. I would recommend this for a place to stop at overnight. You didn't say nothing at all about the naked chicks, dude. You're writing a review about a place that's got girls dancing naked while you eat a damn hamburger, and you ain't said one damn thing about the naked girls or the hamburger. You just said it. The price was good, and they had plenty of parking. Did you reviewing a Denny's, a damn Waffle House? The parking was great, and the food was very well priced, and that shower water was plenty hot and come out good and strong. Oh yeah, and there was naked girls dancing everywhere. But he gave it 5 stars. So, Joe C, didn't he used to perform with Kid Rock? Wasn't he the little short fella? Joe C, 3 foot tall with a 3 foot, something like that. 3-inch or something. Yeah, they talked about his wiener at some point in their music. Where'd Joe C go? What'd Joe C have to say? R.I.P. By the way, Joe C. He's no longer with us. Great food, gorgeous girls, and the atmosphere is fantastic. I'll certainly be back next time around this way, says Mr. 81 reviews under his belt, Joe C. Travel Roy, not your average dance club. I stopped in for lunch and had what was an above average burger and fries. I told you the damn burgers were good. Staff was friendly and engaging. Several ladies mingled with the patrons. That's always important. They even talked to the ugly fellas like they was just a normal everyday fella too, didn't they? Travel Roy. While the others were performing, all very friendly. The girls, I mean, of course, they're trying to get your money, dude. They're not going to be mean to you. They're not going to be like, hey, you ugly asshole, give me a couple dollars to dance. The girls were all acceptable. Tough critic right here, man, when it comes to looks, I reckon. Girls were all acceptable. They were excited. They looked all right. But that is personal opinion. Not your average girls, a little older, but put together nicely. Girl, they put together all right. Built pretty well. Recommend a private dance if you have the time. I mean, I don't know if I'm really down for a private dance. They's just kind of acceptable and put together nicely. If I'm going to a naked establishment, I want hot, sexy. Damn it. It was very enjoyable. I look forward to returning. I mean, are you sure? You didn't sound too excited about it. Thank you. Thanks for the support and the review. Be safe out there. Hope to see you again soon, says the ever acceptable, nicely put together Cafe Risque owner. Not your average dance club. I mean, you made it sound pretty damn average, dude. Tomorrow night, morning, that will be my home time, but tonight, that's the middle of sleep time. Well, Josh Worth, I damn appreciate you kicking it with us for a few. And if it's middle of, I hope you sleep well. If you're leaving us, I feel like you're leaving. You didn't officially say goodbye, but I feel like you're kind of letting us down easy and saying, you know, hey guys, I'd love hanging out with you, but it's time for me to go beddy bye. Love you, dude. And you have a great night's sleep and an awesome day tomorrow. And I hope to see you again real soon. And that's a good question. How many of them of these that he was talking about that were nicely put together, I'm not sure if he's talking about original equipment or if he's talking about some aftermarket doodads, but they were nicely put together and they were acceptable. Like, I'd buy it for $1. I wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating crackers. I'm giving this. Stephen Lord says, I'm giving this place a 4 star. Dude, there's a heap of ratings. Like, I had no idea that places like this got so many ratings. I'm giving this a 4-star rating only because the girls here are totally awesome. Food is good, and for a non-alcoholic and smoking establishment, I had a great time. Now, I would have given this 5 stars, but it's another couple fiasco. My wife and I both agree this place is some serious need. This is some serious need of updating. I have been to many establishments of this type and never seen one this out of date. I mean, that wainscoting that was like totally like 1980s. Need some more newer up to date wallpaper. Maybe some siding on the outside because they still got that old lapboard bull crap. Get some dang vinyl siding. Gutters. It definitely needs gutters because I mean, just the way the rain just runs right off the roof and it's leaving them little divots in the ground. Need some gutters. Otherwise, this place, good little place to go if you are in need of some fun. But do not look at how up to date it is because it is badly outdated. I may say, and I may not say that this establishment is something you have to check out. Where else can you watch beautiful women dance on stage as you are eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner? That's what I'm talking about, dude. Naked women and hamburgers go hand in hand. Being open 24 hours makes it very accessible to everyone and anyone 18 and over, of course. If the hustle and bustle of the dance shift is too rowdy, when they start spelling rowdy, R-O-U-D-Y, you can always come in from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. and have a beautiful nude waitress serve you while you watch TV, or you can allow her to give you a private show. Definitely must see if you have never been. I mean, what other damn place can you read a review that says you can have a beautiful nude waitress serve you while you watch TV? I don't know who you are, Liz Carr, but if a beautiful nude waitress is serving me, I ain't gonna be watching TV. Damn it. Huh. All right. Justin James got 16 reviews under the old belt. Gives it 5 stars a year ago. I've been driving by for years, didn't have time to stop before. Had the Cajun chicken for dinner, and it was amazing. Large size portions. Or side portions are you talking about, sir? Food came out fairly quick after ordering. It was 4 p.m., so not very busy. The wait staff was very friendly and kept up. The dancers are perfect, just gorgeous ladies. I talk with Liz and Ellie mostly. Liz and Ellie remember you very fondly, Justin James, and your large side portions with your Cajun chicken. We got a bad review from a feller. He says the burger was 5-star, the dancers not so much. About the lamest I've seen in a long time. Paid for a 20-minute dance and she quit at 12 because she was tired. Mike, have you ever tried to dance for 20 straight minutes, sir? Because I'm pretty sure after about 2, your fat ass would be tired. You gonna give this poor woman grief because she quit after 12 minutes? You're a greedy son of a you know what. Have any of y'all in your life ever gone to an establishment such as this and expected a girl to dance for 20 damn minutes, dude? I can't do anything for 20 minutes. I can't even watch TV for 20 minutes. And he expects this girl to dance naked for 20 minutes and not get tired? Damn asshole. Well, I think we're going to quit with Mike Waller. We need to revisit this at some point in the near future. We need to make this a regular thing. We're gonna check out the Cafe Risque reviews on the regular. That's going to be a not so late GroovesdayNight live thing from now on. So Garen Gatorloop, I have you to thank for you just added content to the GroovesdayNight live, my good friend. And also thank you for reminding me that that's where the hell it was that I went and ate, because I've honestly been trying to remember what that place was called for daggum years and could not. And also given me a bucket list place to go, because I've got to revisit the Cafe Risque at some point. But being the single gentleman about town that I am these days. And 3.5 hours in, which is not long at all, but it is 4 o'clock in the morning Central Time. We're going to have to call it a night. I appreciate each and every one of you guys and gals stopping by, hanging out, providing me with laughter and friendship and a good, clean, not naked family atmosphere. But I will say the burgers are definitely good here. You guys are awesome. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Right, y'all. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of your night and a great day tomorrow. And remember to get out there, EDC your ass off, and do something nice for somebody. Thanks, guys. Good night.